All righty. Are we live? I think we are, baby. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready here for PHILO. We literally just had a epic bond auction. We even missed, there's news on Trump and consulting. I think we missed that play, but I was just telling the Twitch right there, bro. That could have been so bad, you guys. That if you had a failed auction in this environment, so it's kind of bittersweet because it doesn't really change much here. But at the end of the day, you did avoid a pretty bad outcome. And now we're waiting. China retaliated today. There was a couple of other things, but generally, you're holding up 2%. You gap down 3%. And Trump is going to sign a couple of things on shipbuilding and something else today. But other than that, we're still waiting on trade headlines. And it has been a wild time so far. But glad you guys are here. I hope you're ready to chill for a little bit. We could talk some life and all that, you know what I'm saying? But, wow, my goodness. Like I'm saying, that bond auction, bro. Whew. Whew. So you got over that. But good morning. I'm glad you're finally a member, baby. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Okay, bonds are coming back up now. This might be where you can make your play. Because now the hype premium's gone. And then now it'll climb up. But like I'm telling you, be skeptical of the follow through. Because I feel the market is still in tantrum mode. It got a good thing, but the market is discounting good news, essentially. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, watch it. And yeah, let me set this up. Let me send out a PHILO alert.
Soon.
And then we'll get it popping, baby. Good morning. I'm glad you're here.
The market clear when it comes to the inflation story here. The more interesting question I have, Kelly, that I can't answer is, are we on the way to some kind of new equilibrium here? It is of interest to people. The dollar is weakening. Bonds are rising at a time when you would expect to see a flight to safety. Is there a broader questioning of the soundness or the safety of U.S. assets in the new tariff regime and with this new leadership we have in the United States? There are questions being asked about that. There's questions being asked about, well, who's going to be the better buyer of treasuries? Not retaliation from China, but it just follows that if China and Japan don't have the dollar flow to buy our treasuries, they don't have the dollars to buy them. So who's going to step in and be those buyers for the treasuries at a time when we have rising deficits, maybe even rising more if the economy slows down? So there are substantial questions longer term, but I'm also hearing what Rick is hearing. You have trades going on. For example, a move into safer assets. Taking cash from safe assets, some margin calls out there. So those are the kinds of things that we're hearing. Capital Economics wrote a nice piece on this. Concern about U.S. fiscal policy. Trump, as far as everybody can tell, is not going to be reducing the deficit. And then, of course, as you guys have been discussing, the uncertainty about China, not from retaliation, but how does it act amid a world of permanently lower dollar flows into the Chinese treasury that then are not recycled back into the United States?
All right, Jim Bianco, I'll just give you a quick final word here. You want to react to what Steve just laid out there?
Oh, I think Steve's right that the Chinese are not selling to punish or to retaliate, but there was a story earlier today that Amazon is going to cancel some inventory orders from China. Okay, that's money that would have been sent to China that would have eventually been recycled back into the U.S. bond market. It's not going now. You could write that story large, maybe hundreds of times over the next couple of weeks if these tariffs continue, and it's going to be a loss of buying power that's going to be coming back to the U.S. bond market.
Very interesting.
Kelly, if somebody could tell the president about the capital account, the other side of the trade deficit, we might be in a better position here, but they don't seem to understand that when we have a trade deficit, it comes back to the U.S. It's the greatest deal going, but we apparently don't want that deal. We want a better deal.
But the only thing I would say to that is, and maybe, Peter, I'll ask you this question, or maybe I already asked you this question, if the lack of foreign buying is making Treasury yields kind of higher than they otherwise should be, then couldn't U.S. financial players step in and benefit from that arbitrage trade, right? In other words, then if I can get 450 on a 10-year, why don't I just sit back and do that if other people are forced sellers because of these global trade changes?
Well, that's been going on for the last 10 years. 10 years ago,
Panama increases, something just snapped.
In terms of marketable
what the
securities.
fuck?
That ratio is down to 30%.
Trump
I think
raising
it's possible
China
what China's
tariffs
doing,
to
and maybe other
125.
foreigners are doing is they're not necessarily getting out of the U.S.
Okay,
Treasury
watch out.
market.
There's going to be
They're
a
just
pump
selling
fake,
the long end, and
but then
buying
some of them
T-bills.
are going
They're
to like
essentially
hold it
doing
this
their
time.
own Operation Twist.
But Kelly,
Oh,
sorry, we
they
have to
fucked
continue.
me.
Maybe Drew has a thought on this, but let me just make this
Oh,
point.
they got me.
By definition, we consume more than
Oh,
we
they
save,
got me, bro.
which means we need foreign dollars to
Oh,
plug
no,
our
they just
holes
scammed the
when
fuck
it comes
out of
to
me.
deficits. So
I marketed the wrong
we
one.
need
They
to
fucking
have
gave
that
me the
foreign
bad
money.
price.
Now, we can try to bring down our
Ugh.
deficits. We can try to increase our savings and reduce our consumption. But I think there's still going to be a hole to fill for foreigners.
Peter, wouldn't you say
Oh,
that's the
yeah,
tightrope
bro.
they're
What
trying
the
to
fuck
walk
is
to make
this?
all those adjustments
Trump
at the same
says
time?
raising China 125
Yes, we're being
effective
thrown
immediately.
everything all at once.
Immediately.
And if it works out, great. And nobody knows.
Bro,
So
they
we're
just
watching it in
scammed the
real
fuck
time.
out of everything.
And if not, not.
Oh, my
Gentlemen,
goodness.
thanks. Really appreciate you
Bro,
all joining
the
us out
spy's
trying to unpack
broken.
all of these extraordinary
My
moves. The
spy
Dow
is not
off-
working.
Was up 570 at the highs. Or maybe they're right now. Anyway, Peter Bookvar, Jim Bianco, Drew Mattis, Steve Leisman, to Diana Olick now.
That applies to reciprocals and 10%.
For the Dow, are we up?
Bro, I can't believe they just fucked me like that.
40 points right now.
Oh,
Diana,
I
I'm
whiffed
watching
that
this
one, bro.
literally glitching in gap. We're up 900
Okay, I'm going to have to
points.
hold that one. I overpaid for
This
one.
This is yeah, okay. There.
Okay, you
Wow.
guys remember that
Our
VIX one I
charts
told
can't
you
even
about?
Keep up with how quickly these numerical moves are happening. We are at session highs. Emily Wilkins in Washington with some breaking news. Emily, what's going on?
Hey, Kelly. Well, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was supposed to be meeting with a group of House Republicans, but he had to cancel at the last minute, and we've learned that it's because he was pulled into a meeting with President Trump. Now, we don't know the exact details, of course, what this meeting is on, but certainly a lot of discussion right now.
Yo, go to
about
those
tariffs, a lot of
UVXYs.
discussion about what's
They're
happening
going
in the
down, though.
market.
I can't
And
tell
also
even where
a
the
good
market's
bit of
going, though.
discussion. Bessent has been
Holy
on the Hill
shit,
this
bro.
week, talking with lawmakers in part about
No,
the
bro,
tax
what the
package
fuck is
that they have
happening?
been working on.
Now
This is
you're
a key
up.
Part of Trump's agenda. The House is set to take a major vote on it today, but at this point,
Bro,
they
hold
do
on.
not have the votes. There are a number of Republicans who are
No.
pointing to
Now
the
there's a
fact that this
90-day pause coming out as well, too. Hold on, bro. No, one of these is fake, but hold on. Monetize whatever you can. I got call, dude. All those calls are up now. Fucking at $3, up 1,000%. All the first calls I told you from the morning. This is so crazy, bro. Bro, I think they might halt it. This is nuts. Trump authorized a 90-day pause on non-retaliating countries. Hold up, bro. You're dead. You can't even see it. You're up right now, 200 points. But now the puts are even holding up too right now. This is disgusting. Bro, what is this? No, bro, hold on. So he just raised China. So he literally just raised China, but then he lowered 90-day pause on everything else. For now. So literally 90-day pause and raise on China. You have one good, one bad. So again, if you already have those calls, get rid of the puts though. Fuck that. They scammed me on one of the puts. I just took the loss, 30%. The other calls are up 1,000% now. You could go for the UVXYs too, but yeah, bro, this is insane. We have 3 calls up 1,000% now. Just ride those. Oh shit, the other ones too. Oh my goodness. All right, TLT. Bro, TLT doesn't even know what the fuck to do. Bro, do you not realize this? You don't even know where we're at right now. E-Trade's broken, bro. You're at 52.40. This is it. That's crazy. Bro, half of the people were going for the puts by the time the 100 points went up. Bro, I'm telling you, you have plays right now. So again, my calls just made up for some of those dumbass losses there. I got old NVIDIAs that have came back as well too. I'm going to dump those. Take some profits on this. You have 40% on NVIDIA. Sell those. Take one of the 1,000%ers. I have 3 of them. One of them's up 1,000%. Take at least one and get paid. You have a 90-day pause on reciprocals on everybody but China, and then China at 125. So there you go. Again, old plays. Even Nikes are now up. Old Nikes have popped. Telling you, take the profits and then hold a couple. Just like last time. But this is good news. Okay, I got rid of Nike, One Spy, and then NVIDIA's. Again, those are gains. It sounded terrible. Bro, it was. It's one bad, one good. But look at it, bro. You're up 290 points. Oh, yeah. Bro, they're buying it. They have to buy the calls right now. Oh, my goodness, bro. All right, yo, Bank of America plays are jacking up too. Go, make those free. Make everything free right now. Nobody knows what's going on. I'm telling you, I'm looking at these prices. They're tweaking. You could put in a price and you might even get filled. Go. Trust me on this one. Just throw in the craziest prices you could think of. You might even make money off of it. Other SPY plays up 700%. Shitty ones. These are old, I think. What the fuck? No, those are the other ones. Sell half of those. Taking half. 20 cents to 200. I have 5 of them left. Go. Sell the other half. Boom. Get paid on this and then ride. Who gives a fuck about TLT? Don't worry, you'll get back to TLT later. Again, look at the Bank of America's, and then, oh my gosh, those other SPYs, 2,000%. Oh, dude, do I hold this? I got to take one. Bro, every time I look, I got another 1,000%er now. All right, I'm going to take another one at 600. I can't. Dude, I paid 30 cents for this shit. 30 cents to 660. 700. Okay, I'm selling that one now. Gold is down. The VIXs are going to get washed. Oh, my goodness, bro. Oh, my... Dude, I just made a fucking bag. I was telling you all day, this could be very bad, but yeah, the watch list last key, all I said, you need one trade deal, and that's fucking it. I said that 5 times today. Stop playing with me. All right, I made Bank of America free. 200%. Make those free. Go, go, go. Make it free off of this. This is going to chill out eventually. We're just fucking early, bro. Think about it. You have a third of the Chads in here, too. I can only imagine what's going on. SPY's up 7. You have several 2,000%ers right now. Oh, where are my other apples? Oh, they dropped a bid on that one. That one's up a shit ton. That one should be up way more. That's one of you trying to throw the bid. Bro, my E-Trade doesn't work. Whatever you're seeing on the screen is not real. Half of my shits won't even load up right now. Just bid low if you want to buy. On the ask, jack it up and sell it high. Oh, I have other calls too. Yeah, I forgot those April ones. Jesus. Loves you. Bro, SPY is up 7.3. E-Trade is gone right now, bro. Half of these E-Trades are not going to work. I can't even see what I have now. Yeah, it's all disappearing. Be careful. Okay, I'm going to sell those dailies now. 2,000%. Get rid of them. $1,000 from literally $100. All right, I'm out of one set. I got one more for tomorrow. Literally $30 to $500 now. Bank of America is a couple hundred. Those are free. Old KRE's even jacked up. Okay, those Apple plays, I'm surprised those aren't up more. And then Intel's. All right, you should have cashed out something on there. I think we're leveling out. I haven't even looked. Yeah, that's your first 53.5. That's just 50, 60 points down now. Oh, my goodness. Woo! Bro. Bro, I was coming back from the bathroom. All I saw was the red candle. And then it's kind of the pivot. Nah, he's trying to isolate China. I don't know if you guys get it. He just lowered everybody and then raised China. He's trying to clap China, bro. I told you this a couple days ago. This is all about that. Man. Bro, all right, now you're chilling out. See what happens next, but TLT might get some relief. I got one SPY for tomorrow, and then I have April 14th. And then that's it. I got rid of any dailies. Those went up 2,000%. If you didn't take them, you just didn't want to win. Because I'm telling you, bro, that was crazy. Okay, now they're just halting UVXY shits. I just have random ones move in. Okay, now the apples are moving. Old Intels have popped now. Yeah, fuck out of here. I'm selling those. I'm getting out of the Intels. Those are the free ones. They're up 40% now. Get out of them. Anything that goes green that shouldn't be, get rid of it. That's what I'm doing. And again, you get all your money back. And all the profits you already collected. Yeah, you close them. That's what, but don't hesitate. That's the gift of this volatility. Because you got these old shitty plays, and if they pop, get rid of them right away. That's it. Because now you already took profits on the ones on the downside. You see what I'm saying? So I have all my money I collect, all those little 10%, right? And we're just taking them. I'm telling you, I sold early, right? Who gives a fuck? But now you get those pops just like the other day. All of our fucking money comes back. Take it and run. That's it. Oh, my gosh. Okay, yeah, Trump just put out a Truth Social based on the lack of respect of China. Preliminary suggests merchandise. There's a lot coming out right now. Only President Trump will make decisions about future troop presidents in Europe. You're coming back to 5,300. Bro, literally yesterday's watch list. All day today. Oh, man. They fucked me on a put, though, bro. I lost on one of those puts. They fucking filled me at the worst price possible because I did a market like a dumbass because I thought I was fast. But I paid. I had to lose on that one. But then everything else just hit fucking crazy. I said, bro, I got to play 30 cents to $600 right now. I had multiple of them. That's what I'm saying, bro. All of those free SPY calls from earlier just went 2,000%. Shout out to Stream Alerts. That's crazy. I don't even know what's up. I want to get rid of more shit. I just can't even tell because my platform's all glitching now. Holy. WTO on trade tensions, a division of global economy. Again, Trump has a statement out. I don't even care right now. I hope you guys get it. The move is already in place. So unless he says something bad, it doesn't fucking matter at this point. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, all that matters is that. This is what I was telling you all day today. Weight Watchers, Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's coming in now. Literally right now. Lutnick, world ready to cooperate with Trump. China heads the opposite way. So let me break this down for you right now. Trump is going easy on the rest of the world and now isolating China. Yeah, that's it. That's all that's happening because China was the only one to retaliate back. Everybody just shut their mouth and didn't say anything. So now that's why you're up 7% right now. He eased up the rest of the world and then went hard on China. That's it. That's all you're getting. EU retaliated with autos and the other stuff, but they did not go reciprocal like Trump did. Yeah, I think UVXY is halted. All my plays are zero netted out. Because I grabbed fucking, they were 5 cents. I grabbed 5-cent ones on that move too. Holy shit. Bro. You're up 7% right now, you guys. This is exactly what I was telling you all morning and on the watch list yesterday. I said all it takes is one good deal and this is over. Like I was telling you, I'm worried about the bonds. I'm worried about all of this shit, but I've been here before. All it takes is one. And now you're up 7%. Bro, by the time I went to the bathroom, holy. Well, damn, I would have been up fucking 10% on my ETF account, but no. I think the bond market knew to a degree, but I just think there was a signal. Somebody was buying the bonds. I bet you that was Trump or somebody, but I'm just spitballing because whoever bought that fucking bond is loving it. This is crazy, bro. You dodged the bullet on the bond auction, and then Trump just threw out the fucking olive branch and then tripled down on China all at the same time. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, dude, yeah, if you had any of those, any play, bro, that's it. I feel you, bro. 90 days confirmed. Wow, dude. All right, I'm chilling now. I'm gonna ride this shit. That's it. I already took a lot there. I'm up a fuck ton right now. And then that plays at $700. And then the Apple, then the Bank of America is just ride those. That's it. I already made shit free. We're gonna lose on the Boeings and any of those other random ones, but hold some of those puts just in case they come back. But now this is going to open up a little bit of that upside. So what happened right now, Trump just tripled down on China, but then he lowered and paused tariffs on everybody else. So one really good set of news and then one really bad set of news, but the good news outweighed because now this is just a trade war with China now. That's it. In the last 10 minutes, the whole world just changed again. Because now this is a trade war with China, nobody else. Do you get it? He just eased up now on everybody. So now we're not worried about anybody. I don't think it's bad news. I think it will be bad news in a couple of days when you find out the next step. But yeah, this is 2018 playbook, baby. We're back. That's why I'm saying, let me put it this way. I'm still holding my put plays because they might do what all of those call plays just did. That's why you have to take profits and make sure you're managing everything. Five, 381, bro. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Wow, dude. That was a lot. I'm in disbelief right now. Okay, you're still running, bro. You might even be able to throw on some plays if you want. You got to think about tomorrow and leading it in, but you're literally up 9% on the NASDAQ right now, you guys. Tariff levels will be brought down to universal 10 during negotiations. White House spokesperson will continue tailor-made negotiations, higher tariff because China imprudently decided to retaliate. So watch. Now recession odds are going to change too. And listen, if I missed any dono, I hope you guys understand. I love you. I'm just definitely locked in right now. So give me a second. Dave. Yo, what's Dave? Fat Pop. Whoa. Was that a 90? It's not showing. I think this thing's at 90. Again, you're up 9% on the NASDAQ right now, you guys. Besant live on BBG. So PHILO has been delayed. I put out the PHILO alert earlier, but clearly that's it, man. Wow. Imagine if the guy you listen to for stocks reminded you of this every day. while the news was telling you to fucking dump and be scared of everything. Imagine that. That would be crazy, right? I would love that. If the guy I listened to for news actually told me both sides of the fucking story. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be like crazy? Okay, here's Besson. This is crazy, you guys.
Well, it's about bad actors. And what we will see is some of the very early countries are China's neighbors. That we're going to see. I'm seeing Vietnam today. Japan's at the front of the queue. South Korea, India. So we will see. And as I've repeatedly said, and President Trump has been saying it for years, China is the most imbalanced economy in the history of the modern world, and they are the biggest source of the U.S. trade problems. And indeed, they are problems for the rest of the world, because what we've seen is that as the U.S. announced a tariff wall last week, many of those goods have already started flooding into Europe.
So as you see it now, this trade war is China versus the rest of the world?
Well, I'm not calling it a trade war, but I am saying that China has escalated, and President Trump responded very courageously to that, and we are going to work on a solution with our trading partners.
If I could just, excuse me, Raquel, if I could just add to what the Secretary said. Many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here. You tried to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China, when in fact we've seen the opposite effect. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China, because they need our markets, they need our consumers, and they need this president in the Oval Office.
Okay, I ghetto spreaded the apple. I had a shit ton of them, so I got all my money back, and I have like a crazy upside.
And as the president has shown great
so ghetto spread, taking a little bit more.
Against China, even higher. Elena, go ahead.
Hi, thank you, Treasury Secretary Besson. Can you explain more of the decision making on what feels like a reversal here? I mean, just these.
This is crazy, you guys.
Hours ago, these tariffs.
This is crazy.
Pause now. What led to that?
No, again, President Trump created maximum negotiating leverage for himself, and which tariffs went into effect 15 hours ago. The ones that we have lowered went into effect.
This is Besson. This is the treasurer. This is big.
They were announced a week ago, and we've just been overwhelmed by.
I think they just pivoted. I think this is a pivot in the sense that they figured out how to get the bonds up.
In good faith.
I think now, by going easy on everybody else, that could give TLT the bid while still hitting pressure on China. Does that make sense? I think this is a new. I think they started to realize what was going on with the bonds, just like I was, and they're like, "What the fuck? This isn't working." So I think they're pivoting on that, and then now they're leaving the room open for everything else.
Is that because of the whiplash?
This is crazy, bro.
How much was what we saw in the stock markets, a part of this decision?
No, it's because because of the large number of inbounds. We've had more than 75 countries contact us, and I imagine after today there will be more. So it is just a processing problem. Each one of these solutions is going to be bespoke. It is going to take some time, and President Trump wants to be personally involved. So that's why we're getting the 90-day pause.
Wow. Bro, that's real as fuck. It's fully 90 days, bro. I mean, hence the 9%, now 8 on the NASDAQ.
Look, it's all the president's decision, and the president had a level in mind to raise the China tariffs, and then he had the 3-month pause in mind. And
value ETF is running.
Sorry?
Nike.
It's the president's decision.
It's the president's decision. It was the president's decision to wait until today. And again, as I've said in the past, no one creates leverage for himself like President Trump.
Mr. Secretary. Shelby, go ahead.
Honestly, yo, if those cheap-ass UVXYs, I'm down with them. I hope that makes sense why. So think about this. You're going to get the opposite now in the next week or so, eventually.
other things.
We'll talk about it later. We still got to deal with this right now, bro. This is crazy.
About a big LNG
90-day pause
in
confirmed,
Alaska
and then raising anybody but China got a 90-day pause, and then we doubled down on
Taiwan
China.
Are interested in financing and taking a substantial portion of the offtake, but again, in essence, that is trade because it will decrease the trade deficit.
I'm back to green on the year now. So yeah, I don't know. This is awkward for me. Now I'm back up. I don't know. So, like I told you, all it takes is one.
Like Brazil and others.
Yeah, long term back in the green now. On the year.
There will be a tariff 10% for others. So what happened to those?
He did say buy it.
Yeah, that's going to remain.
Mr. Secretary. And do you call this an embargo to China?
Pardon?
You call this an embargo to China, a trade embargo?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by the word embargo.
125% tariffs like on those, and then it impose 84%. Isn't this an embargo?
Well, it's not. It's China's decision that we have the deficit with them. They sell us almost 5 times what we sell them. So again, I think it's an own goal by China.
Mr. Secretary, Mr. Secretary, with this, does this signal that you're confident that you're going to be able to strike a satisfactory deal with all these 75 nations that approach you?
It signals that President Trump cares about trade and that we want to negotiate in good faith. And as I said, each one of these is going to be a separate, bespoke negotiation. So
you made 55K. Nice. You didn't post any play though, so I need 5,000 of that if you want to get unbanned.
Like I said last week,
thank you. Everybody should have made a bag, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know. Every Stream Alert play just went 2,000% on the spies. It didn't matter what the fuck happened. But yeah, post your plays, please. Thank you.
Of labor and industry.
Secretary, as far as you, will the pause also apply to the sectoral tariffs that the president has announced, pharma, lumber, anything else?
No, it's on the reciprocal.
So those will still be coming here soon, right? Mr. Secretary, as far as the negotiations with the 75
Andrea, go ahead.
Mr. Secretary, so I want to ask you about what you're doing here. So the market.
What you're doing here?
I haven't seen it.
Do you think that this move is going to sort of change and calm down the market reaction?
I had a lot of plays. I just didn't even know the value of them.
The markets have
That was insanity,
there's
bro.
been a lot of volatility in the market, not just in terms of stock markets, but also in terms of.
Okay, get ready though. There might be another move in this. If we go back here, 54.42 will be the level.
Well,
just crazy. It's another 100 points above. You do have the Fed minutes in like 13.
Countries to come and negotiate. I think now the market understands that everything.
I don't think the Fed this just changed everything, you guys.
And now we have
everything just changed. Like I was telling you, all these people being so fucking confident, it doesn't work in this environment. That's it. Everything just changed. Do you not realize that? Now you have the whole world. So that means the whole bonds need a repricing. That's what this doesn't make any sense. Everything just changed. You just went now from the whole world to now 90% of the world has a pause, and only one person we are fucking with right now.
We can provide is that the U.S. is going to negotiate.
Everything just changed. Everything. That's why. Why do you think Besant's up here so fast?
In terms of certainty,
think about it. They didn't let this one have any time. This one didn't even sit. They dropped the bad news, hit you with the big news, and motherfuckers live within 10 minutes. They want you to know this everything just got flipped on its head, bro.
Models, and the rest of the world now understands because when we put up our tariff wall, those exports were already flowing.
I don't think the bonds were broken. That's what, and I think they did this because they saw the bonds were breaking. I was just telling you, I was being blunt about it. I said if this auction failed, we were dead, bro. You were about to break the plumbing of the whole entire market. So I think they knew that, and now by going easy on the rest of the world, like I'm saying, I think the bonds need to reprice. It just changed everything.
Long talk on Sunday, and this was his strategy all along. And
that's crazy, bro.
You might even say that
I mean, we're positioned. We're fine. We got nothing to worry about. What the fuck? And then, yeah, if you had straddles, your other side's all hit. Any spot, but like this is like I'm telling you though, whatever you felt a couple days ago, man, all those people complaining, this all just changed right now. You're up 9%. This isn't a rumor. This is now Besson is speaking. Yeah, he just said the market didn't understand the levels. They want you to understand it to the bonds getting a bid now. That's what he says. The bonds didn't get the assignment, so let's change the assignment so the bonds could get a bid.
If more countries turn up, well, what will happen? But we have a meeting with Vietnam today, and we have one of the largest trade deficits with them. So I'm hoping it will move in a good direction.
Now we have a 10% temporary floor.
Cherry Blossom Festival, which was quite festive, and he and I had a good chat. They are going to
I am good. I think I'm very good at this in this environment. But God is greater, baby. Finger to the sky. That's why I've been yelling at y'all to pay attention, because I try to get y'all cheap prices and then you ignore me. And then I'm trying to tell people and then they get mad at me. That's why I'm like, fuck this, members only. Let's go. Make the most of it, but God is good, baby. God is good.
The secretary is obviously a very busy man. As he has said, he's had more than 75 countries that the trade team has to respond to. I'd just like to end with this. For decades, Republicans
Let me
and
see, if
Democrats
TLT
have
puts
said
die,
these
you
unfair
can't
trade
shop for
practices
them.
Are ripping off the American people, are ripping off our country.
Oh,
but
no, they
nobody
hate you.
has ever done anything to address it. We finally have a president here at the White House who is playing the long game, who is doing
some of
what
them
is right
came,
for
they're
the
still
American
elevated.
worker and our industries here at home, and he has put together.
All right, we need TLT to break out. So all the TLT puts have came down, but they're still holding the last couple days of premium. All right? So watch out for the next step here, because if TLT could pop, then we could get some good TLT puts. But I do think the bonds need a repricing. The whole world just changed again, unfortunately, fortunately. So, yeah, watch out for that, because that is, like I'm saying, this was a big shift.
Not retaliate.
Oh, Bloomberg, they're watching too, because right when I cut her off, they cut it off. What's up, Bloomberg? How are you guys? I hope you're having a good day. Dude, that's crazy. Oh, no, I think they ended it. Okay, no, they all ended it. Wow. I think a TikTok deal is more important than ever now. Yeah, 100%. But no, they just changed it. That's all. Like I told you, I had this idea in the beginning. I was telling you, even though you don't hear the rhetoric, I said this is all about China. And now today, that confirms it. That's it. He just lightened up the load on everybody. And now China's the only one with a target on their back. So that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Oh, Keenan, thank you, my friend. All of you, bro. Again, this is very wild, historical. If I missed any donos, but I'm glad you guys are here, bro. For real. That's one of those you want to be here live for all of this. Again, the stream alert streak keeps going, but just be wise, pay yourself, and just remember, we're going to have more. David, I need a ban. David, you're permanently banned. I always try to time you out to be nice and give you a chance, but you never learn. So make a new account. That's it. Your name is already giving me a visceral reaction. Hence my reaction right now. But yeah, you're banned. So other than that, though, I'm glad you guys are here. This is crazy. No, bro, that was wild. I'm telling you now, the world just look at they hurt, bro. They wait till TLT goes up though. Then we could buy the puts again, but don't fall for it. They're still, I think they're doing this to scam you one more time. But like I told you, it's not there yet. And then we had the auction, but the Fed minutes don't matter. Dude, the Fed, that's crazy. Your market's up 8.5% on the NASDAQ. The Fed minutes do not matter. I could almost guarantee that. You might get that because even if we react off of it, everybody now has to readjust. All your recession indicators, all the forecasts, everything has to change now. We'll find out. People are going to try to stick to their guns, but now, like I'm telling you, it's it's shit. What do you want me to do, man? This is like a lot has already moved right now, and now you might try to say that the Trump stuff is bad, but everything you think is bad, he just halted it. He paused it. Like we talked about yesterday on the watch list, like I reminded you a couple times today, because I was telling you, I was like, hey guys, this could all go away. This could all go away in a second. You remember that? But then I was telling you, this is bad because look at the bond market. So I hope that for all of you who are mature enough to handle two ideas at the same time, you should have loved this then. You get what I'm saying? So you were prepared. But otherwise, I hope you get ready if you weren't. If this caught you off guard, this isn't over yet. Get ready. We're going to have a lot more of this. But you got to start. That's why I keep telling you, lock in. Stop getting emotional. Stop reacting to prices. You have to know what's going on. Okay? Because this is where people... That's why I'm saying everyone's getting so confident in unconfident things. You can't do that. This is why. So there you go. But we'll keep moving forward, baby. We'll keep moving forward. Yeah, Trump did say bye this morning, but then people were pissed. You don't remember that? I see it from top down. I get to see everyone's reaction. You guys are flipping out at that on that Trump tweet. You guys are getting angry. You're like, fuck him. What do you mean by now? Fuck you. So he did it at a time where it was so bad that you didn't even know. You were like, fuck this guy. So, yeah. Bro, they fucked with everybody right there. Now, look, PIMCO, key for the market. Trump is willing to calibrate policies to market signals. All right, there you go. Fuck it. What am I saying, bro? 5,000. Trump put. Call it what you want. He pivoted. That was the pivot. Because now PIMCO, the banks are going to start saying that. Do you get it? I hope you get it. Because now they're all going to say, well, maybe, maybe Trump does listen. Oh, maybe Trump is willing to. So 5,000 put is the Trump put. All of it makes sense, bro. Fucking media keeps lying to you. This is why I said it today, and I ranted, and I got 20 new members because I'm just saying, bro, the fucking audacity of these people to when real shit was going on, they ain't say shit. And now they're all confident about shit they don't even know. And then if you already lived through this, bro. 2018 and everything, bro. This is dumb. Again, we made a bag. We got fucking used cars out of this shit, bro. Again. Stupid. Nah, man. It's not just trust me. Trust anybody who doesn't say shit for money. You trust people who, like, it makes sense. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I never want you guys to just trust me for no reason. I don't want you to trust me because I rep Jesus. I don't want you to trust me because I got followers. No, it's because it should make fucking sense. It's because it should have logic. It should be grounded in evidence. What we used to be. Yeah, bro, I'm back up. I'm green on the year. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. Am I mad I didn't buy more? I am, but I was going to. You saw me try to start a SPY ETF today, no? Did you guys not watch me try to buy it and get canceled? Oh, I didn't even show. I remember that. So, yeah, but either way, my cash is still low. Yeah, bro, I'm fucking killing it. We all are. That's crazy. And now whoever's on that short is about to get blown out. You don't think how much money got lured into TLT on the short side now in the last 24 hours? Like I was telling you, the confusion. And then now all of the money short at 5,000. This is ridiculous, dude. This is ridiculous. Oh. Dog, I forgot about those plays. I'm not even going to remind you. I'm just saying you got another one of those old SPY plays that's up a fuck ton right now. Other play, 30 cents to $800. Still holding. That's crazy. Man, go look at the fucking stream alert, dude. That's nuts. I'm looking it up. Fuck you. I'm going to go look at it and I'm going to tweet it. Because I knew I had an idea, but I didn't think it would be that good. SPY, April 10th. I'm reading you the stream alert right now. April 10th, 5:35 call. I sent this at 7:47 a.m. This will be the shitty call for the upside today. Ideally 30 cents, but the price right now is 50. And I said I haven't bought it, and then I bought it at 8:48 a.m. I said grabbing the sweet spot, 5:35. That's it. And I said just flip it. Don't get too excited. We made that free, and then the rest of the free ones all just went to $1,000 right now. Literally at $1,000. Bro, that sweet spot was called out at 7 a.m. Y'all, stop playing with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. Very sweet. That's it, bro. That paid for everything. Don't do whatever you want. Be wise. That's it. Don't buy stream alerts because I'm going to run out of juice eventually. So I'm hitting way too hard right now, you guys. Don't buy stream alerts. I'm telling you, because when I run out of juice right now, it's not going to be good. I know Fed minutes can't. It doesn't matter. Like I'm saying, there's a couple headlines, but this isn't. I think the whole world changed. What are they going to say? Saw labor market imbalance. It's the same shit. High uncertainty can dampen spending. May face difficult takeoff while the motherfuckers telling me about inflation when it's a deflationary crisis. Yeah, I think it's a dud. I think you're just going. They are outdated. Well, now Fed cut odds go down to 3. So what? Bonds are still going to be weird. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. What was the other one? Bro, that was too many. I don't think it's a bull trap. No, I think it sucks because I don't want to tell you to buy a play when you're up 10% in a day. Do you understand that? You are literally up 10% on the NASDAQ. You will rarely see this in your life. I hope you all realize that. This is a once in a lifetime right now. This does not happen every day. But the whole world just changed. That's why I'm saying whatever minute, everything. Everybody's confident ideas really got outdated in 10 seconds. Because now the whole world just paused the tariffs except China. That's it. You now have a 90-day pause confirmed, and all of this fear based on it doesn't make any sense now. So we'll see. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. So be mindful, but generally, I mean, this is already insane. All right, I'm going to sell those. I have calls for April 4th. Actually, fuck it. I'll hold it. But if I sell this call, it'll pay for all of my TLTs. Remember I told you I siphoned some profit in the TLT? I have a dumbass call that's going dumb right now, and that'll pay for everything and some. I might hold it. That's insanity, dude. You're still running. $1,000, literally. That 30 cents into $1,000. No exaggeration. If you bought, I know if I bought, bro, I would have made 10% on my SPY ETF. You guys know I was trying to do that, right? You saw me press enter. It just wouldn't let me. It wasn't meant to be, man. That's what my response was. Yours is yours, but this is historic, you guys. This is historic. You have never seen a move like this. This is wild, bro. I'm in disbelief. But then again, it's like we kind of were hella prepared for this. That's the irony about all of it. That's so funny, dude. I hate the media. You know that? I fucking hate them. Because, like, why are they doing this to people? Do you know what I'm saying? Or why do all of these politicians, why do they do this? They take the littlest things and drive it home to freak you out, to scare you. You blame Donald Trump. Now, are you thanking him for your long term now? Yeah, bro. How many uneducated people they got to sell out and panic because of their lack of knowledge? I mean it, literally. Going around every day telling people inflation, 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 when the real worry is deflation. It's a shame, bro. And these guys spend money, get my ass fucking shadow banned and all of that just to fucking blatantly lie and mislead people out of their money. That's amazing. Fuck them. All right, well, we're back. So now I'm back to February gains on the long term. Stupid, dude. Stupid. Trump is not the greatest president ever. No. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, please, I encourage you all to grow the fuck up right now. I've already tried to ban a lot of y'all, but do you not get it? Because I think about it, bro. Even today, I clearly told you, I was like, Trump has a responsibility, and I told you what he did was not good. I like the man a lot, and I voted for him, and I do not regret it. But I am aware of what is objectively good and bad. Stop being a child, all of you. Do you get it? Because that's what I did. I told you. I said, this is scary. This could be very bad. This is a bad thing. He has a responsibility. I'm going to acknowledge that. And then vice versa. I also said, takes one thing and we're done. So, yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, all the little, is Trump this? Do you regret? It's like, come on, we got to grow up, bro. This is your money. This is your life. Next 4 years of your future to get a house, get whatever you want out of this. But, like, you think about it. You play the media game. They don't give a fuck about you. They string you along, get you to support, so they could use your outrage for their purpose. They don't care if you fucking walk away with money. They don't care if you have anything. So you guys could keep playing this like game and be all flippant and cute with the jokes, but bro, money is being made. And that's why I'm saying, like, Trump or not, if you listen, observe, apply it objectively, remove your bias, you're going to have a great opportunity to make a lot of money. Otherwise, like I was saying, even with TLT, bro, I'm just like, look at this confusion, this distraction, and all of it. It's wicked. No, you're good, bro. I appreciate the apology for that, rather than saying, I'm kidding. But think about it, bro. Imagine all the people, and then every day I'm telling you guys accurate info, and then there's always people joking and using the fact that I like Trump to negate the truth, when clearly I'm the only one telling you guys both sides of the picture very blatantly. Like, I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not being weird about it. Like, and that's why I'm like, damn, that sucks, you guys, because at the same time, all your little jokes are helping people go broke. Meanwhile, anybody listening to me being mature about it, and they're fucking loving this. So, yeah, bro, that's crazy. So, just like I'm saying, man, y'all should grow up with some of this, though, and let's make some money and just be careful, because it's social, it's money, it's all of it. But, yeah. I don't know why no one's talking about Apple. I made my shit free. I made it free this morning. But then I also ghetto spreaded it just in case. I know, bro. I mean, I put a lot of work into this, and I think I'm really fucking good at it, clearly. But at the same time, like I'm saying, I want to help people out. And then now, all of a sudden, just because I supported Trump, that's a good excuse for you to lose money? What do you mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, all right, guys, whatever. You'd still think it's about politics, but I'm just trying to share with you my experience so that you could all make money off of it. And that experience isn't, I don't care about a vote. I'm not telling you this is bad because I'm trying to support him. I'm not telling you it's good because I'm trying to support him. I'm trying to support you all to get private property and own land. This is a wild day, bro. I can't believe it. I'm in disbelief myself. Just because now everybody is going to readjust everything in the next couple of days now. And then we'll see. Some people are going to be in denial. So you're going to work through denial. And then we're going to get towards everything else. But then Friday, no, fuck. Remember what I told you, Friday, consumer sentiment. So that's the other one we got to get through. Because now you're going to be up. And then they're going to hit you with, oh my gosh, sentiment. So yeah. That's why they wanted to bounce it. So we're not done yet. So hold those UVXYs. At least hold one of those puts just in case. Or let me put it this way. If it's already worthless, why sell it? Ta-da! No, but like I'm saying, though, the market's going to view this as a pivot. Because now they're going to be like, see, Trump will respond to the market developments. So now the Trump put is at 500 until proven otherwise. Does that make sense? That's how I'm viewing it right now, and I think a lot of people on Wall Street will do the same. I think they're going to view the Trump put now at 500. 500 SPY. It went a little lower. There was a little bit more pressure, but then that's it. He kind of did respond. Democrats view it as a gay. I don't care. I don't care who you are, Republican or Democrat. We need to start rebuking any motherfucker walking around like they know what the fuck is going to happen. Fuck all of you guys. Not you. I'm talking to the media, bro. Because that's it. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, you going through a mass uncertainty, acting like y'all know the fucking future. Eat a dick. Because and then stop, because you're getting people who don't know enough, people who don't have, you know how many people in the last 5, what about the poor people? What about the people, most of it, you guys don't give a shit. Y'all never gave a shit. You would have been yelling at property prices going up when I was. So, no, bro, that's why I'm like, this is ridiculous. They're crazy, bro. News was 90-day trade pause on, or 90-day tariff pause on every reciprocal country, and then raising tariffs on China. Okay, Ford and GM now, autos. Okay, get ready. This will be a breakout. Because look, all the premiums are holding. You've tested this a couple times. You might still have a shot right now. So again, we're just riding. I don't want to tell you to buy anything when we're up 10%. So be very, very cautious right now. But yeah, you're starting to get the move up now. If this breaks out, I think it could be good. Because now you're going to be, yeah, that's it. If you break out here, we might test 5,400. But if not, this will be the top for the day. 5,400 will be the top until everybody readjusts, change their targets, and then until the bonds move. We didn't limit to the upside, but the VIX got halted in a couple of others. No, we're going to get another one. Watch. At some point, there's going to be another one of these to the downside. Make no mistake. This is 2018. at least until it's not. So I'm not, believe me, we're not out of the woods, guys. That's why I love this shit, but this is where you're going to get your opportunities. Do you see it? This is why I told you I'll sell out early. I don't give a fuck, but I don't want to lose, and just no matter what, right when you think something is, you get what I'm saying? The only thing that's going to hurt you right now is confidence. They don't feel me. That's your philo. Do you see what I'm saying? The only thing that's going to hurt you right now is your confidence. Exactly. Certainty is a trap. Bullshit. What do you mean? What are you certain about right now? You liar or you're just dumb? It's one or the other. There's nothing to be certain about right now. You get what I'm saying? So that's it. Don't fall for the trap. I mean, let me put it this way. Anybody that was confident lost money in the last 10 minutes, 12 minutes, or a couple hours, couple days. Anyone uncertain but with plays that reflected that made money on both. Think about it. You're like, no, it's going down. You lost. Oh, no, it's going up. You lost. Oh, it's only going to go up on bonds. It's only going to go. You lost. If you had both ways, uncertain, some here, some there, those are the only things that hit. Oracle sale to U.S. company is off the table. Oh, Gasparino. Fuck you, Gasparino. But they are saying off the table. Oracle's still up. I don't know if everyone knows what volatility means, right? Amen, bro. I've been trying to tell them. I genuinely have been trying to tell people, bro. I really have. Did you take profits, though? You better secure half of that Lexus at minimum. That's what I'm saying. Don't be too certain. Don't get too excited. Just keep getting paid. We're going to keep doing it. God willing. Yeah, then you're fine. That's it. We get ready for the next one. It doesn't matter if China claps back now. If we go easy on everybody else, it's kind of insane. I think they figured out the bonds were going to break. I think Bessie and everybody knew. I'm telling you, what I saw, bro, is do you not realize I was warning you today about a failed bond auction? That was in the cards today? What are we fucking talking about? That's why I'm saying I think now they just changed the trade deal. You see what I'm saying? They literally just altered this now, so maybe the bonds have a better chance of not blowing up, because now the whole world is it just got to break, except for China. I mean, bro, them spy plays today paid for the new Stream Alerts price. I'm just saying, but all right, I wish we could have had Philo. That was, dude, I was in the bathroom, and I'm coming back, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's down, and I'm like, and then I see the 90, the China, and then it starts going up, and I'm like, what? I think they had it ready for the auction, because I don't think they knew how the auction was going to go. So I think they had that news ready, then the auction came in good, and then they dropped it. That's it. That came in 5 minutes, 10 minutes after the auction. Because like I'm telling you, I think they had that ready because what I was telling you, the bonds were about to blow up. I don't think people really comprehend how close you were to the edge today. That's why I've been saying, listen, guys, just TLT, bro. Just give it a couple days. The next couple weeks are very critical. But I think that's what it was. And then so I think they had the news ready. I'm just guessing. I don't know. This is my thoughts, my ideas. This is not fact. I think that they knew the bond auction was critical. If it was bad, I think they had that news ready to go. And then now that the bond auction was barely good, like I told you, the bonds were already starting to fade, and then they doubled it, and then that's it. TLT calls give it a day, but I think TLT should start to go up now. I think that TLT needs to recalibrate. I think the bond auction bought Powell a week, so that could add negative pressure. But now this news just changed everything. And now, I don't know, man. I think some people might need to fucking close a short on that bond, but let's give it a day or two. But you did walk back bond volatility in the sense that I don't think you're as close to blowing up now as I did 48, 72 hours ago. Just because the situation has changed immensely. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Nah, there's little scammers. Yeah, look, bro, I bought a UVXY for 5 cents. During all of that, they won't sell it that cheap anymore. So I still like that idea. Okay? Just keep in mind, we're not over. This isn't done. Friday, consumer sentiment. Tomorrow, you might get a free day. But then Friday, you got to deal with the blue hairs. What you learned today, always set a stop loss on futures. So now do you guys understand why I'm not trading the futures right now? Or why I'm not doing big spreads on credit spreads? This is exactly why. Sadly. Because that's what I'm saying. You cannot be comfortable in this environment. You don't, because you're up 10% on the NASDAQ. That's exactly why. Because like I'm saying, you go with that when you're certain. You know, when you lever up when you know what's going to happen. Don't lever up if you don't know. And that, sadly, it's all dumb shit. Or tantrum on fucking consumer sentiment, you're down 5%. Trump changes his mind, you're up 10%. It's a very scary market to have any sort of upside, downside. That's why I'm throwing pennies out there. Again, I threw out $30, I get back 1,000. If I'm wrong, I lost the fucking Chick-fil-A meal because now they go for 30 because of everything else. But yeah, that was insane. News is a 90-day reciprocal tariff pause on every country except China. And then we raised the China tariff rate to 150 or 125. So he literally pivoted on everybody and then doubled, tripled down on China. I'll take it. And thank you, bro. All the donations, man. I hope you guys benefited off it. For real, man, fuck money. This knowledge and information will be with you for the rest of your life, okay? You know that? Because I'm speaking to you from what I lived years ago. And this is what my mom always told me. No one can ever take away your education. Do you understand? So thank you for the money. Thank you for what you've given me. And I hope I've given you money. But I hope you got something way more valuable than that, okay? Hold on. Amen, bro. Amen. They thought I wanted members only for your $5. Fuck you. It's because I realized I couldn't get through to you if you weren't willing to listen to me. I couldn't even educate you if you weren't willing to put down your dumbass bias. The only people I was able to get through to were the people who are willing to listen to me. So I want them educated, baby. You can't be robbed if you're educated. So for real, man, I thank you. Because that's all I ever wanted, bro. That's it. I just wanted motherfuckers to get it. And that's, you know what I'm saying? So someone could buy me a house. And I love to see people climb, bro. Like, for real. So, amen, bro. Thank you guys. I'm glad you invested in me because now I get to see my investment pay off. No, man. Add that to the fucking other 10 death threats I've got and everything else, too. But you know what? Checkmate, bitch. That's all I got to say. So let them figure that out. But I got to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Shout out to everybody, bro. For real. I think God bless you, bro. I want you safe and smarter, baby. Amen. Amen.
And it was all about de-risking. And by coincidence, by the way, 1 year ago this week, then Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen delivered remarks in Beijing saying the US and China would never decouple. To do so would be disastrous for both economies. 1 year later, here we are talking about 125% tariffs in one direction and 80 odd in the other direction. So they can't fully decouple, but we're a lot closer to it than we thought they were. You will start to see supply chain shift. Companies will have to move their production around. There's no question about it. Consumers will start changing up where they're buying their stuff from. And then in terms of where can there be a deal, we can't necessarily speculate, but we know President Trump talks about China has to bring down all of their barriers to allow more US investment and trade in China. So that's around IP protection, the currency, the exchange rate, that kind of thing. I'm not quite sure what China would be demanding per se, but it's not. And of course, I should also say part of the mix could be more Chinese investment in the US is one possibility people talk about. But either way, those are talking points. We're at extraordinary levels of tariffs. The rhetoric from both sides. China says they will fight to the end. President Trump showing no signs of a climb down on the China side either. Right now we're still at the retaliatory phase. Negotiations seem some way off between the both of them.
And what's the impetus or what's the motivation for a company that has a supply chain based in China or significantly exposed to China to move to another country right now when just last week we heard tariffs announced on pretty much every single country in the world? Trump 1.0, I imagine, and during Trump's first term, we saw that, and we did see that with many companies, but just last week they were punished as a result of these tariffs. I guess what I'm saying is, since there's no certainty there and those other, tariffs could come back if there is retaliation, why would a company make an investment such as that?
And that's completely the issue. Companies are confused. I speak to companies all the time. They say, we'd love to move out of China, but nowhere else offers the scale and the infrastructure that China has or the costs. And anyway, even if we did move, what happens if we get caught up in a tariff dragnet, which is, to the point you're talking about? And by the way, a lot of these manufacturers that we speak to also make the point they would love to come back and produce in America, but it is just too expensive, too costly, regulatory environment, environmental burdens, skill set, all the rest of it makes it very hard to do so. So there's a kind of school of thought out there among corporate executives that let's just hang tight.
All right.
Ultimately,
like I told you, 5,400, get ready.
I need a real big capex decisions.
I have a car. I got a car.
But if you're a smaller company on thin margins, which a lot of these operators are, you can't cope with a 125% tariff.
What does the president?
I got one more rant in me. I got two more rants in me. Fuck that. It's still PHILO.
Kind of a friend with President Xi, right? A great relationship. What does he really ultimately want from China and President Xi here?
Hey, yo, where Jesus prophecy at? Huh? Where the motherfucker using my God, and I'm the one who say the F word, and you going out here telling everybody that Jesus told you we going, where you at, motherfucker? Yeah. It's a joke. Terrible. And then this is all I ask from you. Like I'm telling you guys, one day I'm going to run out of juice for a little bit. That's what happens. I got to replenish. Okay? But the one day that I am wrong about something, don't forget these days and then use that as your excuse to go slip back into a bad habit and start listening to everybody who lied to you prior. Okay? Because that's the shit I don't like. That's the shit what a lot of people have done to me over all of these years. They take the good, they love it, and at the first instinct, I got 20 negative Reddit posts about me, then they cry and complain, then they go to this. That's the shit I don't like. Okay? So that's all, because I'm going to say it right now, bro. and you see this, we're going to have 4 years, and there's going to be a lot of liars still too. So you need to understand why I'm here and why I'm doing it. Otherwise, that's it. We need the real ones, bro. Because that's what I'm saying, bro. This little flip-floppy bullshit, nah. We just stick to our plan. That's it. I know I should be Intel CEO. This is crazy, bro. 10.7 on the NASDAQ. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, bro, those UVXYs now, they lowered the bids. That's nuts. Yeah, bro, these out of the money UVXYs are going for the same. Let me put it this way. You ready? I'm down 10% on a UVXY that I bought here. Or one of these levels. Yeah. Nah, bro, that's not. We still got another one left. The VIX is still at 35. But if that stays below, we're going to be good for at least a day. Thank you, Barry. Let's get it, man. It's not over. We have a lot more, you guys. So no matter what, take it in. If you hit it, awesome. You better pay yourself. And then forget about it. Okay? Same thing with the guys who didn't hit it. Do you not notice it? So do you guys think, let me let you into my mind. What did I tell you guys about yesterday? You might have thought that I was being a bitch, but I wasn't. I'm trying to make y'all better. You ready? What did I tell you yesterday about TLT or Tyson? I said, just like the TLT, I'm going to tell you something and then don't ever tell me about it again. Do you remember me saying that? Does that sound familiar? And I said, I'm going to tell you this play, but whatever happens, I don't want to hear about it ever again. You remember that? Yeah. That's what you got to do with all of the plays today. Do you guys get it? Is it annoying to have to listen and shit? Yeah. But I'm saying you want to stay focused. You want to be locked in. You don't have time to carry all this shit. So, okay, you hit. It's a great day. You just bought a car. Awesome. Forget about it tomorrow. You were at work. You missed this. You couldn't do it. Okay, who gives a fuck? Forget about it. We got to get ready for tomorrow now. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what I've been doing every fucking day. That's why I'm just telling you, all right, it's cool. We hit. Yeah, this is running. Great. Okay, forget about it now. We got to move on. That's how we're going to start. Yeah, start at zero. Let's go. And that's why I'm saying you're going to have the harvest is plenty. I'm not worried about the lack of opportunity. You shouldn't be either. But you have to be in the right mindset. Because, again, if you're TLT up, TLT, Tyson, what about the play? What about the one I just missed? Dude, you don't have time for that. We can't do that. You see what I'm saying? You need to just start focusing. Okay, where are we moving now? What's it? How do I plan ahead? And then go to the next one. And then whatever you have, deal with it while you deal with it. Set up something you're comfortable with. Manage, move on. Manage, move on. Take your money, move on. But get in the habit of moving on. That's another good one. So, yeah, it's the same logic, even though it's different. You had a good play. You didn't get the play. Okay, who gives a fuck? We have another day tomorrow. Now we're expecting kind of a burn one, a little bit of recalibration, and then Friday, you're going to get hit with the blue hair consumer sentiment. All right? So that's how you should get moving as we start getting forward here. But it's up 10%. That's why I'm like, what your only play is a downside now, or you take profits. So you got to really start thinking about some shit. Damn, those Bank of Americas ran. Shit, what do I do, bro? These Bank of Americas are fucking crazy now. I already made it free, and then it tripled. I might have to ghetto it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. That's so great. Right as you said that, I look over and I'm like, I agree. I'm going to sell them. Take the money. It's a lot. That one hit too big. All right, I'm out of Bank of America. I have the put still because I went both ways yesterday. So I did Bank of America twice. I double dipped it after I hit it in the morning, and then I bought it, and then I made it free. But now I made too much money on it. That's it. There's no point. I could either make a fuck ton tomorrow on earnings, but I don't care. All right. If Kamala won, I'm mad. I feel bad though, because if Kamala won, man, my girl would be living her dream life right now. So sorry, baby. You know that I would have bought a boat. I would have not opened my computer for 4 years, and we would have just traveled the damn world, bro. You know that I would have. I would have fucking blinded my eyes for 4 years and I would have turned into a normal human, bro. You have no idea. I was already planning for it. You have no fucking idea, bro. I wouldn't have quit trading. I just would have done it all privately. I would have just done my thing, held my long term, done my real estate, and I would have just fucking traveled. I would be chilling, bro. I'd be like, all right, I could use a sabbatical. We did good. Couldn't find your stream. I know it's bad, though. YouTube is terrible. So, like yesterday, I did members only for the live stream. Are you guys ready for this? It's going to blow your mind. I had more people live under members only than a non-members only watch list. Yes. That's insanity. I don't think anybody has that. That doesn't make sense that I will get more thousands of more paying customers than somebody to watch it for free. That's insanity. Fuck you, YouTube. I'm not that good. It's just YouTube's a fucking hoe. Believe me, that's a glitch. That shouldn't be like that. Usually. Like most places, like, let me put it this way. CNN shut down. Don Lemon lost his job because they couldn't even sell $5 memberships on CNN. Right? So usually if you go private on something, you should lose 90% of your viewers. You should not gain them. Unless you're not getting fairly displayed prior. So, ta-da. Either way, long term. No, just because I just get fucking shadow banned and shit. And I've been like banned. No, it's not that they don't want to pay me. It's hard to fucking propagandize with a little Egyptian boy telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's like imagine if someone was just telling you about tariffs being deflationary and then telling you that, oh, yeah, all it takes is one, you know, and just like, and then telling you about the bonds before everybody comes out and says, oh, my gosh, the basis trade, and then it's over. Yeah, I'm getting paid. I made more on YouTube in the last 3 months than ever. 100%. Yeah. But sad. I don't know. I'm saying, bro, it breaks my heart to watch all these politicians and they just fucking lie. And then, you know, even then I'm watching in the chat. You know how many people, sadly, nobody is immune. And every single month we've lost at least one Chad to propaganda. How many people after this bounce, they're like, yeah, it fooled me. I believed it. I did this. You know what I'm saying? This is a joke. Although I like making money, I would have much preferred a more educated society, if that makes sense. But we'll find a way. Like I said, I think you guys were just willing to listen to me most people, they're like, fuck you. Just straight up. If I don't agree with them right away, they won't listen to me, bro. It won't work. And then I'm in my era where I can't agree with dumb shit anymore. So then it doesn't work, you know? Goldman Sachs rescinds recession call. After that's that recalibration I'm talking about now. Yep. All these motherfuckers, it doesn't, because, bro, they were all basing it off of this staying forever. Like, it was just all really dumb, dude. That's why I'm like, now they're going to have to recalibrate the aggressive recalibration to the downside. And now we got to find somewhere in the middle. All of it, bro. All of it. All of it. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sucks, though, because this is going to make TLT is going to have to, like, reprice for a couple of days. So it's going to be careful, though. You're going to need more than a week of time. But now TLT has to recalibrate. I think even tomorrow, I mean, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I saw a 10% day, bro. The analysts, they can't chill. This is what, do you guys not realize it? When the world goes crazy in finance, you can't chill. Because now you have to answer to everybody asking you, wait, why aren't you selling? Why aren't you going there? And you're not worried? You're not this? You're not? Imagine all the questions. There's a fear of underperforming. That's what they get scared of. That's why Wall Street always conforms. That's why once you reach a level, they all start going in the same direction. Because you don't want to be the last guy who didn't buy NVIDIA. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't want to be the guy with your clients, your reputation. You can't be the last guy who's the opposite. Otherwise, then you get chopped up. And we're all sides. Amen, bro. I agree. Don't let my perceived bias fool you. That's what I was telling you guys the other day. I'm like, all these people telling me I'm biased. I'm like, how come I keep hitting every side then? Because that's what you have to take it all in. So, amen, bro. Blech. This was crazy. CME on the low. What the fuck? Yo, why is the CME dying? Oh? Trump paused reciprocal tariffs for 90 days on everybody but China. I think this is a massive move. I don't think anything about this is small. I've never seen anything like this. I can't remember the last time I saw it. The title of how to start. It's in the description of the YouTube. I don't know what it's called, actually, to be honest. Well, it doesn't matter now that China doesn't back down. Because it was getting hard to attack China if everybody in the world was getting clapped too. You see what I'm saying? So now you could ramp up China pressure and then you could ease up everywhere else. So then that way you could hopefully get the bond yields lower. Yeah, China can't do it, but China, I don't think China. Wendy's. Yo, Wendy's. Yo, Wendy's. Is it halted or no? No, it's up. Oh. All right, I'm down. I got him at 2 cents. 2 cents only. That's fine. I put literally fucking $10. I think it's a dud, honestly. It's just cheap. 2 cents. But yeah, don't fall for it. I thought it was bigger. I thought it was glitching. Who bought those fucking weeklies? I did. I had a bank earnings plan. I just got rid of it. Bank of America. We played it yesterday. So I'm already out of it. Those were good. You straddled it, you would have made money. I went both ways. I do think that bonds are going to get a bid now after this move. I think that really is going to ease some things. However, I'm pretty certain bonds need to recalibrate. A lot of drama right now. So now they got to get over the auction, another auction tomorrow, all the people who are going to be going long and then covering shorts. And then we got to see how it reacts to consumer sentiment on Friday and whether or not this actually works and holds up. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm like, I don't know what it'll do, but I do think eventually it'll go up in the short run, but it's not it has to recalibrate because, again, ideas just changed very, very big. I mean, we are dumping. I mean, homeboy kind of has a point. Like, do you realize that's like 70 points? No, that's 100 points. No, homeboy's right. You are dumping. You just don't feel it because you're up 9%. What do you mean it's almost power hour? All right, well, yo, fuck it. Can I give you guys a PHILO? I still think we could do a PHILO real quick. I'm really down, actually. Why not? Down 100 points, still up 9%. I think you guys got a lot out of it, too, but let me see. Let me pull this up. All right. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we were supposed to start PHILO an hour ago. I sent out the alert, and by the time I came back, we were down 2% and then went up 9%. Ain't that some? So, here's the deal. Here's your intro. It's what I told you already, man. Okay? It's very, very simple, man. I believe this at my core. I don't think you guys realize it. I really don't think you get it. And that's okay. I'm not saying this as a bad thing. I'm just telling you, bro, growing up, my parents they were not from this country. That's why I thank you to the veterans, and I love this place, bro. I can't believe I was born in America. You know, that is amazing, bro. I'm smiling right now because I'm like, amazing that I could even be here right now making money and even showing you guys. That's amazing. This country, bro, is amazing. Okay? But I will never forget, man, my whole life. Imagine my little ass mom, bro. She don't know English. Everything, bro. And what I've seen, but she would always tell me this. Education important, Habibi. No, education. Always would tell me they could never take it from you. I don't think you guys get it. Because I know you've heard this, but I want you to see it. I don't want you to hear this phrase. I need you to feel it and understand it. Because this is so important. I get my mom now. I get it now. Like, do you see what I'm saying? And I've always valued my education and a lot of things, but no, bro. You guys need to really get it, bro. The wisdom comes from the Lord. God will never say no to somebody who wants wisdom. You know that? I don't think you know the character of your own God then. And if your God doesn't have that character, you should get a new one. Because it's very simple. Bro, wisdom is a good thing. Knowledge is a good thing. Objectively. But you have to really understand, man. It's on you. Your thoughts, bro. Having your own thoughts. And being knowledgeable enough and knowing things and pushing yourself to that potential to get more and learn, bro. It's so valuable. And I don't care what happens in the world, bro. Whether you have a lot or a little, nobody can ever take away what you know. Do you understand? That's why all these little experiences we have, you guys, you better not forget them. For real. That's why. Get out of this. You think it's all about this? Like, okay, if you did miss a play, did you learn? If you hit the play, did you really learn? And don't hit me with the cliche, I'm always learning. No. Because it's like everything in life, bro. You can never lose your education. But if you don't value it, we can't ever get to that spot. So just remember this. Don't ever forget. They could take everything from you. You know that. That's what y'all don't get. Why you think I'm over here screaming F the free world? Why am I so obnoxious? I got God and I got a brain, dog. That's it. I don't care. Y'all don't get it. You think I cling to this wealth? Ha ha. It doesn't do his paper. All I know is God. God in a brain is a beautiful thing. Do you understand that? It's all you need in this world. That's it. Yeah, you can't take that away from me. You could kill me. That's fine. I go meet Jesus. You can make me go broke. You could put me in prison. Put me anywhere. Do anything. It will never change what the ability I have in my mind and what I already know. Sorry. Same thing, God. I did not get my faith in God based on the level of my account. I've seen God at the highs and at the lows. That means he's always there, bro. So do you get it? But I pray all of you. One day I will not be here. You know that, right? God willing, it doesn't happen soon. But at the end of the day, this shit is useless if you don't walk away with something that nobody could ever take from you. Do you understand? I hope you get me a house one day. But, dude, when all the dust settles, right? When we look back at this whole cult stock market live thing, bro, if you don't walk away with something that cannot be taken away from you, there's nothing. I think it's worthless, to be honest with you. Worthless. If I put what you got through the fire, would it come out or not? You see what I'm saying? You could go put my knowledge through it. You could do whatever you want on any of it. But it's not going to change anything. It will all come through the fire. Put me through the fire, my ideas come out. Again, put my God through a fire, he's already came out. But I need you to understand the valuable things you are going to walk away with will survive any circumstance. So, Chad, I pray to God that you all walk away with something that you will never forget, that nobody could ever take from you. And you need to start valuing that. Okay? I can't magnify it for you. You know, that's the funny part. I'm going to tell you the other part of the philo. Do you know what I was doing yesterday? I'm not going to lie to you, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. I didn't do leg day. I'm going to do that today. So here's the deal. I don't know what it was because I did that little shower prayer thing. Okay? And I was like, I don't know, bro. I was just deep in my prayer. And it was like fun. And I don't know. Like I told you, man, if you've never done it, like even like shower, I just praying in the shower, bro. After the workout, it's like a mix of like physical exhaustion then the comfort of the shower, then the smell. It's just like, I don't know, bro. I feel really alive. All right? But then I've been doing this. I did this yesterday, and this blew my mind, though. And I want you to do this, all of you today. Try it. I'm just thinking, and I just start like, low-key, I start hyping up God. Dude, and I'm like, man, God is great. I'm like, I got the God who even show mercy on a wicked person like me. I'm like, this guy, bro, he is so complex. I can't even understand it. And he's amazing. I'm too stupid to even get it. I'm like, man, the water and the ocean and the beauty. And I'm thinking about all the places I've seen. And I'm just going on a fucking hype train. Excuse my language. Even then, I said that because I remember saying, because I said effing stupid. And I'm like, he even forgive me for that. And I'm like, I'm not even up to par. In my, it's unmatched, dude. I was just humbled and I was just worshiping it. But then I realized something, bro. I did that for a couple of minutes. And I was feeling it, bro. Because I was like, at some point, I was like kind of laughing at myself. But then at another point, I was like, nah, facts. Facts. And I'm like, nah, bro, it really is the beauty of everything. And I'm like, it's so complex and wonderful. And there is a plan. And my goodness, all of the miracles he's offered to people and all of the miracles I can't understand. Where it looks bad and I don't even get it. All the things that I couldn't see that he has stopped. All the things that haven't even happened yet. I'm like, the world is spinning on a ball right now. I'm like, but by the end of it, bro, God is good. And why am I telling you this? I want you to try it, bro. Because I don't think some of y'all know how good God is until you start trying to list it. Because that's what I ran out. I was like, I can't, no. If I sat here all day doing this, there would be too much. And that's why I was like, damn, no, but for real. It was a different finger to the sky yesterday, bro. Because it really was, I was like, bro, God, this is you. Again, your character. That's what I'm saying. It was like, I know what's wrong with me. I know what I don't do good. I know what I do good. But I'm like, nah, just looking at character of God. This man is just, this whatever this is, this being, dude. On this time or whatever it is fucking magnificent. And I can't even comprehend it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I encourage you all. I don't think you understand. You could say God is good, bro. But I want you to really think about it. And list it. In the things you see in this world and just think about it, you know? But, man. God is good. Okay? So that's just your intro. I know we have 2 minutes till power hour. They can wait. Because I'll read you the verse tomorrow. How about that? That way I could speed it up. Okay? Well, yeah, we'll see. I got Villeroy comments. Again, Goldman already reverted their recession call. You dropped 100 points from the top, but nothing's came out yet. I'm watching still. I didn't give you the warning, but I'm watching. Don't worry. God is good, baby. God is good. He blessed us with these abilities, so let's use them for good. Amen. Don't worry. You didn't miss anything. But the verse I'm going to read you tomorrow is Acts 8, okay? But it's a story that I've read you before. Yeah, DG plummeting. But long story short, it's about, I think, Philip and Paul. And they're going through, it's in Acts. And they're like doing all this stuff. And then they encounter this guy named Simon the Magician. And he was like a magician guy. And he would like do all these like miracles during that time. and people would follow him. But then Jesus' homies came through, and everyone's like, nah, that's the truth. And then even Simon the magician, he's like, you know what? I believe now. And he's like, I believe. And he converts and starts following Paul and Philip and all of them, right? But what do you think he does? Do you guys know this story? I think some of you know it. What happens? I've told you this story as a philo. Oh, you don't know? Well, good. I can't wait to read it for you. Trump is going to be going live, I think. So this is what happens next. He converts. He was this like magician leader. And then he starts watching, I think it's Paul. Paul, Philip, I'm confusing him. I'm blanking on it. But he starts watching them bless people. And he watches the Spirit of God people were anointed by the disciples. And Simon the magician sees this. And you know what he does? He goes up to Peter and he says, hey, I just saw that you gave that man the Spirit. Let me give you money. He said, can I pay you? And you bless me with the Spirit. That's what he said. Oh, please hold. Your president is live.
And guts and grit. Hello, fellas. I didn't see you guys over there. That's a good-looking couple of teams, too. They have a lot of courage. And we'll see you in a second. So we're joined by the 2023-2024 NASCAR champion, Ryan Blaney.
Well, no, do this. If you don't like Trump, go read Acts 8 and tell me what I'm about to tell you. If you don't want to listen to this, but I'm going to listen to this, and then I'll finish my thoughts.
About 190? About 190, you can have it. I don't want to go, but 190, that's fantastic. And on the straightaway, you'll go how much?
About 190, 200.
About 190 to 200. Well, it takes a special...
Well, that sounds like tariffs on China.
It's genes. No.
We'll go 190 to 200. We could do that.
Most people couldn't do that. Very few people could do it. The 2023 and 2024 Indianapolis 500 winner, Joseph Newgarden. Hey, Joseph. And the 2025 champions of the 24 Hours of Daytona, Felipe Nasser, Nick Tandy, and Lawrence Ventura. Thank you, fellas. This is just a celebration of racing, and it's a celebration of Roger and his great success and his life, and these incredible champions who really do what very few people could do. Mentally, psychologically, it's a big factor here, like it is in all sports, really, but you need a great physical ability. People that do this, they don't realize what great athletes they are. It's just not the car. I had a friend, he's a very successful
okay, guys.
guy, but he was a driver.
This is just
so,
too
he
good.
wanted to be a race
And look
driver.
it, he emailed me this. He
He
didn't flex on you in the Chad.
And he had it for business, but he didn't have
Here
it
is
for
your
business.
Stream
He
Alert
just couldn't
success
compete
story.
with the good drivers. He couldn't do it. No matter
2,000
what
into
he did.
100K,
Lucky
and
he
he's
went
cashing
into
out. I love it.
business. He was very successful. But he
Good
said
work,
he
baby.
couldn't
Go buy a
press the
house. I'll help you
accelerator
buy
down all the way,
it.
and
You're
the
doing the
best
right
drivers
thing,
could.
bro.
So
That's
there
a
was
good
just
move.
difference. It was really
To
about
turn
never
$2,000 into
forget that.
100K and walk,
But
I
these
love it.
are,
Let's
great
get a crib, bro.
champions, and it's a great sport.
And thank you for not flexing it, and I'm glad.
what you've
I'm
done in
honored to be here, bro.
Indianapolis
That's what I
also
want to
with
see.
the track and everything
Good.
has been incredible.
Amen.
I mean, it's really incredible. People tell me it's been amazing. I'll have to get there. I'm going to have to get there maybe this year with you. But well,
What a
thank you.
crazy day, bro.
We did Daytona. We went around the track in the Beast, what's called the Beast, with the thick windows and the whole thing. And you're not supposed to hear anything, but I heard the fans. They were going crazy outside. So it was a great honor. So I just wanted to welcome them to the White House, a special place, very, very special place.
Listen,
And,
buying the
we love
Stream Alerts
champions,
now
and
is
these
like
are the
buying the
greatest
VIX at
champions in the world.
60.
These are the greatest champions.
That's
in
all I'm
racing,
telling
and
you
it's an
guys.
honor to have you all. And thank
Am I
you very
killing
much.
it
All of you, thank you
objectively?
very
I
much.
am. And the
wouldn't
stream
ride
alert
in that
shows
thing
it.
if you paid me.
However, I am in a run out of juice right now. Eventually, and all these motherfuckers are now running off of games. Do you understand?
The Indianapolis 500.
Make no mistake.
Consecutively, right?
So you sign up today, everybody who signed up before you has already gotten a set of plays that already paid for their stream alerts.
And that one is
So
pure.
I don't have an incentive for stream alerts. That's why I tried to double the price in efforts of making people not sign up. And they said, I'm going to sign up. And I'm
very
like, okay.
different.
Very different.
Very different.
But I don't want to hear it
That'll
anymore.
last so many hours.
But then again, too, if you are FOMOing stream alerts, that's foolish.
Different engine.
Yes.
Everything's different. Everything. And you'll go
Think about it.
24 hours.
Don't
That's a
take
long
the bait.
time. And that car there's no let up. There's no. It's
That
just
stream
constant,
alerts
right?
payment to your long term
Excellent.
can
Congratulations.
guarantee you a house
That's
in
endurance.
5 years.
Endurance is a big factor.
Make
in
your
life
choice.
And success, I can tell you so.
3
You
years.
guys
What am I
have
saying?
it.
5.
Well, thank you very much.
Give me 3.
Would you like to ask Roger or any of these champions any questions while we're here? Yeah.
You started the morning saying be cool.
Listen.
Just a few hours later.
Yeah, they're asking him about the tweet.
On the tariffs. Can you walk us through your thinking about why you decided to put a 90-day pause?
Well, I thought
They're
that
like, why
people
did you
were,
tweet out it's a good time to
jumping a
buy
little
and then
bit
pause
out
tariffs?
of line. They were getting.
Is the
yippy,
president allowed to
you know,
do that?
They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid, unlike these champions, because we have a big job to do. No other president would have done what I did. No other president. I know the presidents; they wouldn't have done it, and it had to be done. What was happening to us on trade, not only with, if you look at it, not only with China, but China was by far the biggest abuser in history. And others
All right, we'll do this.
also,
On
but,
Friday, I'll set up a quiz,
somebody
too.
had to do it. They had to stop because it was not sustainable.
So on Friday,
Last year, China made.
I'll have a
$1
quiz.
trillion
If you guys
off
could
trade
pass
with
it,
the
I'll give you a
United States.
discount on the
That's not-
stream alerts.
Right. And now I've reversed
It will be based on the market and the watch list.
We made $2 billion. We're making now $2 billion a day. And somebody had to do it. Roger actually said it. Charles Schwab was here a little while ago, one of the great financial people, and he said he's been waiting for 40 years for somebody to do what I did over the last month. And if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have a country. It wouldn't be sustainable. So I'm honored to have
El
done it.
Salvador buys Bitcoin.
Look, nothing's over yet,
mid-price
but we
drop.
have a tremendous amount of spirit from
So
other
El
countries,
Salvador bought
including
Bitcoin.
China. China wants to make a deal. They just don't know how quick.
I have
to go
reversed
about it.
tariffs for a
It's one
short
of those
period of
things they're
time.
not Quite, they're proud people.
Look at bonds are actually
President
dude. This
Xi's
is
a proud
crazy.
man. I know him very
I can't
well.
believe he did
I
that.
don't know quite how to go about
That's
it.
bro. We have to
They'll figure it out
recalibrate everything now.
in the process of
Ugh.
figuring it out, but they want to make a deal. And we have many other countries, as you know, many more than 75, and they all want to come, and they want to come here, or they'll go to Commerce, or they'll go to Treasury. We have our great senators here and congressmen. They'll call John, they'll do somebody, they'll go through somebody, but they're all calling, how do we do this? They all want to make a deal. Somebody had to do what we did, and I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate, because I told them if you retaliate, we're going to double
stream
it.
alerts, you're locked in
And
at your
that's what
price.
I did with China, because they did
So
retaliate.
everybody who has been with me, they have
we'll
a
see
much
how it all
lower
works out. I
price.
think it's gonna work
And
out
I
amazing.
appreciate
I think
them
that
and
our
thank them
country's
for
gonna be
supporting for so long.
At the end of a
That's
year
why I
or
hope they
shorter,
get that
but I think we're
dividend.
gonna have something that
Because now if they wanted
nobody
the
would have
same
dreamt
thing,
possible.
it would be almost
A man
impossible.
like Roger Penske, I don't want to get him in trouble with China, so I won't. But he would know that someday you have to cut the bow.
Trump
and you have
baited
to do
China,
what you have
and
to do,
China
right?
only responded
And that's what I did, and I'm
to
very
half
happy
of it,
to
though.
have done
Remember I said that this morning?
Was there anyone
The Prime Minister
Because I was saying it's
just
really
spoke by
odd
Judge
because
Matt
China
Boyle that, he
only
thinks
responded with
absolutely
like
the European
30% of
Union
it.
And the United States could work out a trade deal that's win-win and, quote, mutually beneficial to both sides. What do you think about the Prime Minister's comments, and do you think a deal could be struck with the European Union?
First of all, I know him. He's a good man, and I appreciate his comments. Yeah, a deal could be made with every one of them. A deal's going to be made with China. A deal's going to be made with every one of them. And there'll be fair deals. I just want fair. They will be
He
fair
pivot,
deals
dude. This is
for
a pivot.
everybody.
It's like a minor. I don't know how to
They weren't fair
describe
the
it.
United States. They were
He like
sucking us
pivoted a
dry,
little
and,
bit.
You can't do that. You know, we have $36 trillion of debt for a reason. We don't have it there for fun. They have it for a reason. And people took advantage of our country, and They ripped us off for decades. I've been thinking about this for decades. If you ever saw me on television, I was young like these guys. And it was a good old days, I'll tell you, right?
But, like, do you get what I'm saying?
I was like these guys, young, and I was talking about
because he's like, I just want he wants to negotiate, but I think the pressure was just getting too big.
I did it.
And then bonds were about to break.
Well, we took in hundreds of billions.
Yeah, the SPY, it's at 500. The Trump put was at 500 essentially.
But then we had
I'm still going to stand by that. I just want to see what everybody else does now.
We had to fix up from that.
Because again, PIMCO and a couple of the other banks pivoted right away. But it does feel like 500 was the Trump put.
The stock market was higher than it was before COVID coming in. So, you know, we did a great job.
Like, it allowed the window to keep going after China, but then it took the other 90% off the table.
Like a patient is sick.
So now, dude, it's so much calmer.
Very, very sick. And,
I can't, but now you have to wait till everybody acknowledges it, though, in the next couple of days, and then Friday, we still got a big event.
Very serious trouble, economically and in every other way. They let China run away with things. They let other countries run away with things. And maybe worst of all, in a certain way, is what they did at the border. We had
all right, guys.
People pouring into our
He's going to talk forever.
Millions.
I'm going to open it up.
Many of them were murderers.
We're going to free the Chads. Philo's over. Read Acts 8 so you can be ready for tomorrow's Philo.
And there were
sound good?
From mental institutions.
This was a wild one. I'm sure we're up 11% or 10%. So
mentally insane,
yeah.
And they were dumping them into our country. And I'll tell you, Tom Homan and Kristi Noem are doing a fantastic job in removing them. And now the courts, the Supreme Court just gave us numerous good rulings where we have to be able to get them out. You had other judges trying to take over the system. And think of it, they take over.
Dude,
they want
thank you, dude. What the fuck?
From
dude, you
Venezuela,
guys donated a shit ton.
Jails.
Thank you, bro.
That
Fucking
cut
pay
off
the plug.
fingers of a man
for real,
in
man.
Colorado, they cut off his fingers because he called the police looking for help. They said, "Did you call the police?" He said,
yeah, bro,
yes,
that was great. Thank you, guys.
Put your hand down.
I'm glad everybody made some money, man. And like I said, everybody, you made money, you lost money. Right when I freed the Chads. Are you ready? Like Men in Black. Just forget about it, okay? Let's move on and get another one. But thank you. I do want to say thank you, man. I like for real. I'm grateful about people getting wiser. You know that, and I know the money is important. And you guys are giving me money. You don't have to, bro. So thank you, and it means a lot, and I appreciate it. But I want more, okay? I want more. I'm a greedy bastard, and I'm not talking about money though. So for real, man, I want to see y'all be the best, like the literal best. I want the cult to reflect a level of achievement. You get what I'm saying? I just want the best out of all of you. I want it to be something that no one can ever take from you. But thank you guys, for real, okay? God bless you, man. Let's free them. Free them.
Country's going to be, there'll be nothing like it. And people investing in our country, they're going to do better than they've ever done before. We have more car manufacturers, Roger, coming into our country now. Speaking of cars, we've never seen anything like it. And they're coming in because of the election, but they're coming in because of the tariffs. Because they don't want to pay 25 or 50 or whatever it may be. They don't want to pay that. They can't pay that. We had 3 cancellations in Mexico.
Yeah, good time to be a member today.
Building a plant. They're all coming into the United States. Canada, they're coming in.
Okay, you're going back
China,
up.
They're coming
you guys realize this is 100 points?
That's just cars.
So you're up 10%. You guys are just coming back. Tariffs have been paused on everybody but China for 90 days.
Mostly a big plant. This is a hell of a plant.
I don't think the sell-off is done. I think Friday we might have a little bit more volatility, so just watch out.
Would be the right number. It's not $200 to $300 billion. Think of that, $300 billion. If you look at Apple, Apple is going to spend $500 billion building a plant. They wouldn't be doing that if I didn't do this. They'd just keep building them in China, and that's unsustainable. It's not a pleasant thing to do. But I appreciate the question. And, you know, interestingly, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, Fed minutes were a waste.
They
way bigger. We have a way bigger recalibration now.
Never had a president that
Goldman already rescinded recession call. PIMCO is pretty much calling this the Trump put. I agree for now. But yeah, this was a huge development if you guys missed it. This was not minor. Raised tariffs on China, that's bad. but then every other reciprocal pause for 90 days.
Right now is beautiful. But yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little queasy. I think everything had. Well, the big move wasn't what I did today. The big move was what I did.
Yeah, bro. Last night, bro, was it.
We had Liberation Day.
The bonds, that after-hours bonds move was terrible, dude.
That were made, all the horrible trade.
He admitted that's how everybody getting a little queasy.
Just like this, senator, congressman, and friends, right? And we had great help in the Senate.
Ah, bro.
Our Republican senators have been amazing. They stood tall. And likewise in the House. And
I think the opportunity in TLT is changing now. Yes. I think it'll be good for a little bit after the recalibration, but this is completely changed now. It's good though. I'm telling you guys. We were about to fall off the fucking cliff.
Almost unanimous support in the Senate, and I think we're going to get that in the House too. And I have to tell you that Mike Johnson is a
dude, I really think that bond thing was terrible. Like terrifying.
We had a majority of 1. Now we have a majority of 7.
I don't think we really realized how close we just were. If that bond auction failed today, they had that news ready to go.
But
any low, if we started flushing the bonds, it would have cracked everything.
Great job.
Yeah, Trump was watching bond market now beautiful. That's what he said. Yeah, that's on the wire now. So yeah, I'm responding too. I'm like, bro, I can't believe it.
Actually made the statement to that something had to be done with.
Bro, what a wild 72 hours.
He said that. He said, look, at some point, but he said something has to be done with tariffs and trade. He understood it. He's very smart and very a genius financially. He's done a fantastic job at the bank.
Apple building in China, unsustainable.
He knows that. Everybody knows that. Anybody that's even a little bit smart knows it. It wasn't sustainable what was happening. Somebody had to pull the trigger. I was willing to pull the trigger. This should have been done long ago. Just like Biden should have stopped the border long ago. I mean, allowed 21 million people plus into our country, many of whom should never have been allowed out of prisons and jails. They came out of prisons and jails from all over the world, and now we're getting them out, bringing them back to their countries. But it's should have never been done. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sir, would you consider exempting some U.S. companies, maybe some larger companies who have been hit hard in the markets the last few days during this 90 days?
As time goes by, we're going to take a look at it. There are some that have been hard. There are some that, by the nature of the company, get hit a little bit harder, and we'll take a look at that. Yeah.
How do you determine the next 90 days?
Just instinctively, more than anything else. I mean, you almost can't take a pencil to paper. It's really more of an instinct, I think, than anything else.
What's your credibility like? Because you said that these tariffs would go into effect on Monday. You said no pause. And today there is a pause. So how can people believe your words today?
It's not a question of that. You have to have flexibility. I could say, here's a wall, and I'm going to go through that wall. I'm going to go through it no matter what. And keep going, and you can't go through the wall. Sometimes you have to be able to go under the wall, around the wall, or over the wall. These guys know that better than anybody, right? You got to go around them sometimes. You're not going to go through them. So I consider, I think in financial markets, because they change. Look how much it changed today. We went from, pretty moderate today, but over the last few days it looked pretty glum, to, I guess they say it was the biggest day in financial history. That's a pretty big change. And I think the word would be flexible. You have to be flexible. Like he's asking the question about some companies.
That is the word. Now people are going to say Trump has flexibility and will respond to the market.
Affected by these things and
damn, he is. I mean, dude, this is. So who do you get mad at? Because watch, in a couple weeks, if we don't go back down, they're still going to blame Trump. And be like, why would you do these policies and cause markets to go back and forth just to not do it? But I blame the people telling you to be fucking certain. No, I fuck the media, bro. I'm very disappointed in this. Because this is now the third time we've profited immensely off of this and these types of moves that you could have kind of, again, yesterday's watch list, and all day today we talked about it, but it's kind of shocking that many people were that certain about the negativity, and then you just saw all of that get eviscerated with one comment. They didn't fool everybody. That's what I'm saying. It's easy to fool everybody when the people with the loudest voices are misrepresenting everything. And I really don't like that. Because now, like, I'm telling you, bro, every single time I'm watching some of you guys get burned by this. And you guys are getting confused, and I'm trying to help explain things, but I'm like, where are you guys getting these ideas? But it's like, dude, if you are like, oh, I care about finance, and you try to like get involved, and you listen to all these different places, bro, like it's kind of crazy. If I didn't know anything, and I just turned on the TV, bro, I would have sold everything. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, man. Either way, we have a very big recalibration on the way. Because now, what everybody was confident about to the downside, that is all just changed to a degree. You're going to get more China escalation, and then you're going to get the beyond the China escalation now, you're just going to get everybody eased up. So they've already rescinded recession calls. Now the bond market is watch. You guys don't notice something? Come on. You don't see it right now? Something very weird is happening. Right before your eyes right now that you haven't really seen the last couple of days. Yeah. Stocks up and bonds up. So that's what I mean recalibrate. Because now you're going to start getting back to that. And then bonds just need to work through. A couple people are going to cover. It's going to take a little bit, but at the end of the day, though, there's a lot of new changes. So get ready. I called out this level for you guys. I told you the 5,400. You break, we go to 5,450, 5,460. So, yeah, all good, though. You should have a lot of plays. I'm writing out that one. And then, yeah, we could make another one, but I don't want to fuck up a good day. I think China's just going to be more precarious. We don't know what's going to happen there. But for the most part, a lot of this just got better, though, until it doesn't. I don't think we're out of the woods yet, though. So make no mistake. That's why I keep saying forget about it. I wouldn't, take it as it comes, but you still have immense volatility. The VIX is at 33. Fucking bonds are still red today. So I would not be as confident in anything, even to the upside. And you have a bad event coming on Friday. I could almost guarantee it now, especially now that you have cushion. We know it's going to be bad on Friday. I just don't know what it'll do to the market. Apple's going crazy. Whoever called that out, good work. That's moving. I already have apples. I ghetto spreaded them, but that's going nuts. Free play, Jay. Thank you, guys. For real, man. It means a lot. And I know, man, it's, getting a dono, bro, it's a trip. It really, really is. So you guys have no obligation to give me anything. So thank you. And I know I missed a lot today, but that's why I'm like, bro, for real, man, where did the PHILO? I really hope y'all all walk away with something that could never be taken. I made an Apple play, but I'm sending it on the stream alert. Go with that strategy. Don't do anything else. It's very simple. You don't need to, some of these plays now, they're very late stage. You just got to go at a certain level. Oh, what? All right. Yeah, Apple just went crazy. Homeboy called it out. So, again, we already have plays. They're juiced up. You're up 11% on the NASDAQ. No, don't make strat. There's only one type of play, bro. You go for the cheapest play you can fucking find with with nothing. That's it. I'm not checking any emails during market. Yeah, LT's back to green. I'm green on the year now. So if you have a long term that's similar, you are winning still. So remember, we only went negative after the fucking flash crash. But after this move now, we're back to like really green. Like multiple percent now. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I know. I was trying to buy the ETF today, guys. You saw it. You saw me try to buy it, but it wasn't for me today. That was not for me. Some questions. You sold your fiber business. Invested payments? Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I would love to help. If real estate's going to be my answer. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, you just sold a company. Go slow. Don't make any major purchases for the first 30 days. And yeah, my plan's probably going to be revolving around real estate. If you're down with it, I would love to help. But yeah, that's what I would do if I were you. That's what I've done. Anytime I have ever sold even private companies, I usually parlay it right back into property. Fed predictions dropped to 3 already. That's it. This changed everything. And it saved the bonds for now. Bonds are about to go green, but that's all, bro. That was just a fucking scam. Bro. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe Trump, bro. I can't believe all the lie, everything, bro. It's 12. I can't remember the last time I don't think I've ever seen a 12% day on the NASDAQ. I don't. Maybe COVID, but even then, 12% at this rate, yeah. TLT has a lot to recalibrate. I'm not. Do whatever you want, guys. I gave you the info, and like I'm saying, bro, I think I recognized it, and I think the news made it weird. But yeah, bro, this shit was about to blow up. So I think you saved the bond blowout, but now we need to recalibrate and then, yeah, see what that starts to do. Oh, what? What? No. The fuck? I'm in the money. Yo, my guy. All my calls are in the money. What the fuck? So you remember that April 17th call? That shit's in the money now. Blech. That's crazy. So that's the one I want to sell. I have the one. It's up a lot, but I think I am, man. I really want to hold it, but I'm sure I'll find another. But then no, because then if I sell the 1,000, no, I got to keep that one and sell the other. But then if I sell that, I get all my TLT for free and some. Okay, TLT now green. Crazy. Crazy. Ain't that shit crazy? I think this might be the most we've ever rallied in history. Someone double check that, but I can't remember the last time I've seen a 12% NASDAQ, man. Absolutely wicked. Wiki, wiki, wiki. I got one set of intel that needs to go green. You looked it up? Third best day? Crazy. You could still buy if you like. Bro, I literally tried to start a SPY ETF today. Like I was telling you, I don't think it's the best price. I don't think it's the worst price, but I mean, obviously I wasn't afraid. So, you know, I know even though the bond market was about to break, but yeah. But you could still buy if it's still below and if it's still down. I still want to buy some, but I still need cash. Because even though I might regret some of the names that I could have bought way cheaper, the problem is that we might have to do this again. So I still was low on cash. I might need a little bit more. James, I'm not doing an ETF. I'd rather show the people how to do it than ever being on Wall Street and taking people's money to do the easiest thing in the world. I don't need the money that bad. But James, I love you. I saw your B video this morning, and that really got me excited. I thought I should tell you. I don't know, because I was already vibing, and then I saw that video, bro, and I was like, and then I saw your other email. I was like, God bless you, bro. So thank you. And maybe we should get you another crib, though. We get you some real estate so you could get more bees. We got a couple chads in South Carolina, bro. When I pull up there, y'all will see me. I feel like I belong in South Carolina. Everybody I know from South Carolina is such just good people, bro. I haven't had any problems in South Carolina. Like, I just love it. I love the people. All right, what time is it, bro? We only got 30 minutes. That's it. You're launching. I would finalize your plays. I would think about tomorrow. You're going to hear from China. I think tomorrow might be an easy one. Tomorrow might just be a free day, and then we don't do much, and then that's it. I hope that makes sense. Oh, shit, bro. Make that play free. Yo, those apples went up 400%. Make it free. The fuck? No way. And then Nike. Hold on, bro. Alex. Is that Mrs. Alex? I'm sorry for... That was bad today, Alex. That was bad. Yeah, bro. That's, again, that shitty play I just told you about. That one went 400%. Like I'm telling you, these aren't the ones you really want right now, but you just got to go for cheap enough to make money, but then if it doesn't hit on a 12% day, you don't lose. Yeah, I'm going to lose on my Boeings, though. None of my Boeings are going to hit now. But, I mean, I don't give a fuck. We're good. We're good. Should I do it? I don't know. Honestly, hold that shitty apple. Make it free, but why not? Maybe we'll get lucky. There's a yang on the low. So China's ripping? Oh, man. Shout out South Carolina, baby. If you don't want to use a day trade on the apple, you could ghetto spread it. So you could just short another contract. So you could actually short the one above it and still get 100%. So you could ghetto spread at 100% right now. 40 NVIDIAs? Okay, so here's the deal. I appreciate you posting your play, and I don't really weigh in on people's plays too much, but just be careful, okay, you guys? Because if you're buying on a up 12% day, anything with short time out of the money is really expensive right now. Do you understand? So, again, I just made a 1 penny play, but just be cautious if you guys are, certainty is a trap, 100%. So just be careful, though. But I'm glad you posted the play. I wish you luck on that. That's what I'm saying, though. But just be cautious because anything out of the money, you have just moved a historical amount. You guys all bought. You guys are all adding to the long term now, huh? I don't think it's a bad time. I was ready to buy. I mean, again, you saw it, but I like it. I like that you guys are moving. It sucks because there's a big gain now. But just go at an appropriate pace. That's all. So don't use this as your all-in moment. Are you hearing me? Remember, certainty is the trap. If we still have low cash, you should still build. Make no mistake. But that's why I'm telling you, take advantage of it. If you feel comfortable, great. But Just don't. This is not an all-in moment right now. This was a good nibble. Things have changed, and they're getting better. But like I'm saying, June, July, we'll have a lot more. All right, man. Well, good luck. What a day. My long term is back in the green for the year. Yeah, I'm back at 225. So again, I mean, I had no problem showing you guys this. Because I showed you this to tell you, I was like, all it takes is one. And I showed you the scar. So it has to load, but now we're back at 225. So again, I started this year as like 211, 214. And then now we're back at 225, back to like end of January, all of that. So we still got a little bit more work to do, but back to green. And then again, like I was saying, I don't get it because people were like, SPY gave up 1 year of art. We did not give up 1 year of gains. Fuck that. So yeah. And then now we're back up. We'll see what happens. And then we still got cash. Woo! He did give you the early warning, but I'm very excited. Because all I know though, my bond knowledge is up to date. I'm glad. That was a good crash course that if the bonds were about to blow up, at least I would notice it. Because I think that's what it was. I'm being dead serious. That's all everything hinged on. Make no mistake. I could be wrong, but just the timing, the way that all played out, bro, I don't think we realize how close we really were to flying off a fucking cliff. I'm telling you, the bond, it was broken. That's it. That's why if that bond auction was bad, and then if Trump didn't pivot, we would have died. No, we don't want that because you guys, how many times have I always told you? You guys would be like, TLT, this and that. And I would always say, like, just be careful because, like, if there ever was a moment where you had the bond market really breaking or you had, like, deflation, you would have way bigger problems to worry about, if that makes sense. And I think we were getting close to that. And thankfully, we just walked back from the edge. Well, even then, even with a guide, it's still confusing. Because that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, but, you know, we were ahead of it. We saw it, but I think that was the real issue. I think that was the real put, more or less. I think the bonds, it was a bond put, not a SPY put. You know what I'm saying? Because you could consider this the Trump put now that he's shown flexibility. But, nah, this is it, bro. I agree. I make no mistake. I told there's still more to come. Don't be a dummy. Certainty is the only way you lose money in this market. It goes down, you're like, oh yeah, we're fucked. You're gonna get clapped. It goes up, you're like, oh yeah, bullish. You're gonna get clapped. As long as you are flexible. I agree with you. I think Friday we have a bad event with consumer sentiment. Now you have a big cushion. We're gonna have a lot more to deal with, and I don't. That's why I'm saying, just like, hey, I'm seeing a lot of you buy your long term all of a sudden. I wonder why, but just don't go all in yet. This is not your moment. I still think we have volatility. If I'm wrong, great. You're just going to rip. But I would rather be safe than not. And being safe, I would give this, we still need to recalibrate a couple things and let it work through, and then we'll have an idea. Yeah, or maybe wait for the first pullback. But like I'm saying, there's just more to this story. Like there's going to be a China element. China's going to hit us back. We're going to hear from the EU. You're going to go with the back and forth between whatever else Trump says. Then you're going to have to deal with earnings. Don't forget about that. And then the consumer sentiment. Then the data. You still have CPI. Then Powell. and then go back to any other trade dispute country, Iran, Ukraine, Russia. Yeah, bro, this shit ain't over yet. That's what I'm saying. Just make sure you're not too certain. Don't trap yourself, and we'll be good to go. Getting queasy. It was. If you didn't see TLT last night, that was terrible. It was down 3% even in the morning. People were freaking out. Again, I think that's what caught Trump's attention. So 4.55% might be the Trump put on the 10-year. Yeah, the minutes don't fucking matter. I was saying that during all this. I said, why? If you wasted your time on the minutes, I think you probably missed out on more money. Just because it's so outdated and it had nothing to do with this very, very large recalibration. So I hope you didn't waste your time on it. That'd be terrible. Because we got it. It was on the wire. We read through it real quick, but you didn't need to focus. You should have just been thinking recalibrate, the recession calls, now earnings, and then Friday. Yeah, it was 4, 5. I think that's it. I think 4, 5, 5 is what's scary to them. Oh, man. All right. We learned a lot today. Every day. That's what I've been telling y'all, man. Every single day, I'm like, ooh, I learned something. And I hope you do too. And that's why I'm saying, no matter what, forget about it coming into tomorrow. Tomorrow might be one of the easier days, as long as we don't get any weird follow-up. But when it's all said and done, though, I think certainty is the easy thing you could learn. Just don't be certain. That's it. I don't care what you believe. I don't care your politics, whatever it is. But so far, I've only seen people who are certain lose money. Certain bearish, certain bullish. Those are the ones that are getting mind-boggled by all of this. It is still hard for the rest of us, but at the end of the day, you've actually had literal opportunities to make money on both sides rather than being trapped in one or the other. So, because again, you're going to get more good news, and people are going to get very certain, don't believe them. Then you're going to get bad news, and then they're going to be, don't believe them. You need to find that middle ground and set yourself up accordingly. Yeah, again, bonds are green now. That's a wild one. TLT literally moved 3% today. That's another crazy one.
Thank you so much for being here. We really
Follow
appreciate
me on
it.
Instagram,
Busy day, lots to talk
Real
about.
Cold News on
Busy day.
Twitter.
Has your call changed at all for the U.S. economy in the last 2 hours?
Yeah.
Well, we were actually in the process of putting out our next round of forecasts.
Look at it when I come back.
But the good news is we haven't really believed in point forecasts in this type of environment. We've been focused on scenarios. So we do have scenarios that look at, for example, a 10% average tariff rate for the United States. And those ones are, it's not really a big surprise, less severe than a 20% average tariff rate, which is where we were just a few days ago. But I have to say, it's not like we're all in the clear. Even 10% tariffs, and let's put aside China tariffs for a minute, are still a material downgrade to U.S. growth. Doesn't quite fit the definition of a recession, but there's a lot of elements of the story that were still in play, and we're going to have to crunch those numbers. Weighing on me at the same time is a 90-day pause is not an eradication, and we still have this uncertainty tax weighing on a lot of American businesses and households. And globally, we know this, Canadians have been dealing this for 2 months. 90-day pause also means that all of those global trading partners are also under the weight of uncertainty. So to me, last week, I thought America's cut off both its arms. Today, one arm.
Well, okay.
Fair enough. Good
Great analogy.
That's a great analogy. You stupid fucks.
You see the snapback in the market.
You can't cut off an arm and then put it back on. That's some dumbass logic.
You have the tariffs on
some
China
dumb,
are still
and then
there
y'all
and
gonna
higher than
act
what
on
they
your
were.
little
I mean, they
pedestal It's like y'all so smart.
Global economy.
And
the European Union, at least for right now, doesn't appear to be at the negotiating table.
I cut my arm off, both of them, and then I put it back on.
That's 30% of the global economy
That's
that, in
your
theory,
fucking
is not in the queue
analogy,
that Trump talks about.
really.
Yeah, it's great that Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand are lining up.
Stupid fuck.
Are those countries going to move the needle? Should they
Lying
actually
to
strike
every
a deal?
person in America.
Matter a lot here. So
just
the
trying
team
to get
is, as
them
we
to
speak,
freak
crunching
out
those
for a
numbers, running
political
more
motive.
scenarios around
And
it. But
then,
what really struck out to me in the last couple of hours
both of
you
our
may
arms
remember
off.
we were told that those large
And then once we
reciprocal tariffs
realized
from
we
Liberation
overreacted,
Day, those were the peaks.
we
Those were the
put
highest
another
they could
arm
go.
back
Today
on.
we heard from Bessent. Now
The
we got the
fuck are you
10%. That's the
talking about?
floor under which they could go. So believe it or not, my set of scenarios and circumstances is a little bit more narrow now than it was before. So markets are a second derivative type beast.
Josh
I'm a
told me
second
there was
derivative
going to be a
type gal.
bomb.
I now
so
know
I
that
blew myself up and then I put myself back together.
Scenarios are lower, and that makes things just a little bit easier at the margin for economists, but also for markets.
Let's go to the floor
This
part
is a
for a
chief
second. That
economist,
10%
too.
average tariff rate. Is that
that.
worse for
I could
inflation
start
or
chiefing
worse for
right
growth?
now, and I could
Inflation.
economize
All the
better
tariff
than them.
scenarios that we
That's how I
run,
feel
they
about
bring
this.
inflation up, and not just
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting like I remember I told you I was like, this is frustrating, you guys. I was like, if all these people had this reaction earlier, we would have saved so many problems. And now they do it when it doesn't. This is crazy. But anyways, either way, we're back. 15 minutes. Here, China. Oh no, this is bad for China though. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Either way, you think about tomorrow now. Remember, you have Friday and then homeboy with the Boeing. I would just ghetto spread it. You could ghetto spread anything right now. And that's it. You hit. So, yeah, you have the ones at 7. How much did you pay for it? Either way, all of them you could ghetto spread. China does not have the leverage to keep escalating. No. Well, all that matters is TikTok now. That's it. But they can't really. This is gonna get weird for them, bro. I can't. It's a good move because now you get to calm down the markets, save the bond market. You get to have the talk. You get to ramp up China pressure. And then you don't have to worry about everybody else. And now everybody else is kind of like, okay, at least we're not China. So, yeah, I don't know what China's going to do. I didn't know what they were going to do to begin with, but I definitely think this corners them a little harder right now. But then again, I don't know why at this point it might just make more sense for, I don't know if they want to give up TikTok, but I think that would be how they could really come back to the good graces. But then if they're willing to, that's it. But I don't know if they're willing to be honest. They can't double down. Trump is going too fast. Do you guys know? I said that on the watch list a day ago. I was like, the big difference. And then Baba's running up right now. Or wait, what? I just saw a misprint then. Or maybe did it come down that fast? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, this is what I said on the watch list is that this is going too fast. If you remember the first trade war, some of you were not trading, but literally Trump would like tariff China, then they would wait like a couple of weeks, and then they would tariff them again, and then you'd wait a little bit, and then you would play this game. He's doing this in one day. 5 hours, boom, again. Literally, he did it the one day, and the next day he doubled it, and then today he added it again, and then took away something else. He did not move this fast last time. That's why I'm telling you, China's response today, China was responding to the first one, not the second one, and he already put down the third one today. You get what I'm saying? So he raised one time, China hit back, and even their hit back today was to account for that one. But then he doubled it. They haven't even responded to that. And then he added more today and then let everybody off the hook. So it's already like he's just going so much faster than 2018. The first trade war was a lot slower. That's why I think expectations this time moved us a lot faster. But make no mistake, this is a different velocity out of Trump. Trump did not move this fast last time. He's moving just, that's it. It could change tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. This could be bad tomorrow. It could be even better. But it is definitely a fluid situation. Hence why I'm telling you, just don't be certain of anything. Yeah, it literally is like Kendrick Lamar, 100%. He put out the China diss track, and before China could respond, diss track number 2 is already out. Exactly. It's a great analogy. I like the Boeings, bro. I really want, you guys know that. I've been telling you Boeing. I still think they're going to get hit eventually. No. Jeez, you're running, bro. Baba might be the play, but I just made a play, but it wasn't that one. Trump caved. He did. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, I think it was the bond market was about to break, but Trump did. No matter what, he did pivot a little bit. That's it. Call it a cave. Call it whatever you want. Policy pivoted from attack everybody to now just attack China, and that's a very big development. But I do think the Trump put did come into play at 500, 1,000,000%. I don't think he even cares. You call it cave, he'll call it flexibility. Point is, I mean, this is a whole different situation now than what got us down here. Bro, you haven't seen a day like this in ever, bro. This has not happened too often. Bro, even my late stage apples went up 400%. That one that I called out, I didn't tell you the play. I just told you I'm taking one, but stream alerts. The bond market was about to break the whole entire world. I think the Treasury market was about 3 days away from seizing up. That's it. If he didn't change course, I think you would have had the bond market break in the sense that credit funding would have been halted globally to a degree. Yeah, yes. I know, that's wild, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier because I was like, I've never seen anything like this. That's why last Friday, I'm like, somebody blew up. And then we hear a little bit here, a little bit there. And then he's like, yeah, we were getting queasy at the bonds. I really think that's what got him to do it. Yeah, the flow of money would have just stopped. There would have been everyone would have got trapped because of the bonds. It would have been a liquidity problem, not a demand problem. No. That's why I'm saying it's fully avoidable. That's the crazier part. You know, it's not like you had to have this happen, but like I'm saying, just the speed of the move, the idea, and everybody, just how they were feeling, and then what Trump did put on the table, it did make it worrisome. Again, I said all of this today, and I told you I like Trump, but make no mistake that this could be very bad. And I said he's he has a responsibility. I told you all of this, all before this happened. But then I said, you know, look at the other side. We'll see what the bonds do at this point, because it's already gotten to the point where they're telling you something. So, but yeah, I really think the bond market was days away from breaking. I think the whole bond market would have had a crisis. You would have had a black swan. It would have been something that would have forced the Fed to step in. That was genuinely my belief. That's why I was doing what I was doing, and that's why I told you all. And I said both ways, and at this point, though, short term, I said TLT is the only thing you need to watch. It had to do with the play, it had to do with the volatility, but mainly that was going to define everything. I think he did wait. I think they had that news. This is my opinion now. Sox S on the low, but my opinion is that he did it. I think they had that news ready so that if the bond auction did fail, they would have been able to pivot, and then everybody, that's it. That would have been your bottom in the bonds to a degree, because the story changed. But the bond auction was good. Remember that. That wasn't even bad. I have a bullish upside to TLT, but I think the repricing now is going to take a couple days. So just be careful. That's all. Because I think you got to get all those shorts they need to cover. You already heard these chief economists talk about, oh, da-ba-da-ba-do, and now, but what about that? 10% still high. Donald Trump, the orange bad color. Be careful, sell everything. Oh, I hate America. So you're going to have to deal with that, but I do think whatever brought the bonds down does not exist anymore, or it's changed dramatically. Dramatic? So yeah. Oh shit, that was Final Five. All right. You're up 47 points. I got to take one, guys. I'm going to sell it. 30 cents to 1,100. I sold the first sets at $6. I sold like 10 of them. Dude, I sold 10 of them at $600 a pop. I bought them at $30 each. Yeah, it's the last. I have the other ones too, but I don't know. I could either push tomorrow. I could ghetto spread, but nah. I already took the other one. I'll just keep hitting, bro. Fuck that. I'll find another one. I'm gonna get out at $11.70. $12 possible. I'll sell out $11.70. Call it a day. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That's insane, bro. 30 cents. Again, I stream alerted this play in the morning before all of this, and I'm glad you guys encouraged me, so thank you. Because the other guys last week on the stream alerts, I thought I was bothering you guys, and you guys were saying you liked it. Because, again, I'm looking at stuff, and I see shit, so I didn't make that play then. You could even go on my Twitter. I'll show you it. Well, let me stream alert that I sold it. Trump is live again. Finally losing. I hope so, man. I hope so. Having a good day on the stock market, says Trump. This little fucker. Gotta love it, man. Yeah, he's live. All right, you don't have much time either. Finalizer plays.
You helped me a lot.
I took one more off the table.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And then we ride.
That's good too. And
great day to join, bro.
Knows. So
and then watch Finalizer TLTs.
I think we'll come home with a winner for Michigan. Okay.
And then you only have
the Secretary of Defense.
1 minute.
It used to be called the Secretary of War. They changed it when we became a little bit politically correct. But I think we're in great shape. we're going to be in great shape. So thank you very much for
Bro,
being here.
what?
Thank you very much, Matt. Congratulations. Great job. So we'll start with the first orders, and I think we have one for amending.
Bro, I hate them. Bro, look. Bro, are you ready for this? I just sold that play, and it went up $100, even though it's in the money and it dropped by $1. I fucking hate them, but I love them because they gave it to me for 30 cents anyways, but still, the fuck? Bro, why it went up $1 on the bid, being in the money going down? Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's listen to Trump now. That's the day. That was a good one, guys. I can't believe it. I am shocked. The world has just changed again. So GG's if you got to get going for real, bro.
Congratulations to Michael.
All of y'all who were locked in, listening prior, bro, thank you, man. I love y'all.
As you've
and I hope it
consistently
pays,
identified,
baby.
restoring
I
our
hope it
maritime
pays,
dominance
man.
as a nation is very important. From shipbuilding to having a merchant marine that's capable of supporting American military efforts, really up and down the line, restoring maritime dominance has been a priority of this administration. This executive order, which was prepared
Brilliantly
primarily
executed.
by your National Security Council
Yeah,
staff,
you were just bitching,
National
Billy
Security
boy.
Advisor Waltz, has a number of very significant policy steps, all aimed at restoring American maritime dominance and ensuring that we have the shipbuilding capacity and ability to compete globally, both militarily and in the civilian space as well.
And that could be
So right
a good
here
one for
is where I
Michigan,
put
too,
out that sweet
because
spot.
we're going to be spending a lot of money on shipbuilding. We're way,
That's
way,
what I'm
way
saying,
behind.
and then
We
I
used to
didn't-
build a ship a day, and now we
I didn't
don't
make
do a
the
ship a
play.
year
I was just
practically,
saying that's
and
going to
we
be
have
an
the
option to
capacity
watch.
do it, so
And then I
we'll
got
talk to you
into
about
it
that.
an
Thank you,
hour
Matt.
later.
Think about that.
That's what I was
That's
saying.
an
Is I
action.
wanted you guys to have plays to watch, and then I put out prices because I calculated. So I calculated 30 is the sweet spot on that price, and it was a
Shipbuilding.
little bit above there.
That's a good one.
But that was I can't believe that hit. That's insane.
Thank you, sir. The next executive order relates to defense procurement. Our current defense procurement process has been criticized by many folks on both sides of the aisle as being too slow to adapt to new and changing technologies, not delivering the sorts of weapons and systems that our warfighters need in order to compete on the battlefields of the future. So with this executive order, we're going to be modernizing the procurement structure that the Department of Defense uses to allow it to more quickly adapt to changing circumstances around the world. And we're also going to be launching a review of existing procurement programs to ensure that we're getting value for the money and to ensure that we're getting the best possible systems in the field.
And which are currently horrible. I tell you, they're horrible. That process is ridiculous, what they do. They get the highest price and not even good-looking equipment, and we're changing it. We're going to change it to the best. So this is very, very important.
I hate that noise.
I want to say hello to Brooke.
I hate
Well,
the
Brooke,
fucking
she got the
Sharpie.
course
Like,
today.
you know what I'm
She's
talking
got
about?
87% governor. We have somebody that's done a great job at Department of Agriculture, and Kristi Noem, who perhaps a few of them have heard of. She has done the most unbelievable job as somebody that's watching over our country at the border. And with Tom Homan and your whole staff,
I hate it, dude.
Tremendous people.
I hate it. That gets me
thank
so
you.
bad.
Who would think that she is like meant for that job, huh? She's meant for it.
Streamalert just sent out their text.
There both. Thank you very much.
Go straight to your phone. Unfortunately, we only have
We'll do it
U.S.
later,
available.
Please.
Unless you want to negotiate,
Thank you,
I could
sir.
consider it.
Lastly,
You
in the
gotta be
defense
fair.
space,
It has to be fair.
One persistent issue that we've had.
The Europeans take
in terms
our
of
alerts.
The issue of
They
foreign
don't post
defense
their
sales,
plays.
that we're unable to provide weapon systems in a reliable, effective way to key allies of ours, and a key driver of that is inefficiencies and inconsistencies with the process by which we approve foreign military sales. So this executive order is going to direct your Department of Defense, Department of State, other relevant departments and agencies to rework our system of foreign defense sales to ensure that we can provide equipment, creating American jobs and providing obviously revenue to American defense manufacturers, but provide key military equipment to our key allies
So again,
in a reliable, effective
shout
way.
out to the Chad. Little young 22-year-old Chad, 2K to 100 grand. I'm proud of him. And then are you ready for this one? Look at this one. Let me show you this one.
Okay. Because our budget is just about approved, and it's a big budget, and we want to spend the money properly.
Shout out to Joey, baby.
The best equipment in the world. We rebuilt our
Joey
military,
Whitley.
during
Philo
my
needs
first
to
term,
go.
Rebuilt it
While you were
entirely,
busy
beautiful.
preaching to your
And then,
idiot
someone was
flock, the
giving it away
market
to
took off.
Afghanistan so stupidly,
It's a
the most
stupid
embarrassing
business
day in the
model.
history of our country, I think.
Yeah, that's the point.
But
we wanted to stop
we have
you
to
guys
fix it
from
up a
getting
little
the
bit.
info.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to
So
do
we
a
have
good
an
job of
edge,
it, too.
and
Thank
all
you.
the people who
Next
are
up, sir, we have a
respectful
series of executive
got the
orders
profit
and
off of it, just like
memorandum,
yesterday.
all relating to deregulation, which is
So
obviously
your
been a
ego
major
and
priority for
$5
administration.
prevented
The first
you
of these is an executive
from the
order.
fastest
Biden
news in the
administration,
world. And
launched
free
what,
3,000
you call a
percenters.
war on showers.
I love it.
They had certain
Amen.
regulations that
Amen.
basically killed
Not
the
for
water
you, brother.
pressure of showers and other.
I gotta block your email now.
Other water
Thank
appliances.
you. Amen.
You can say it.
You have to either repent or pay $5 now. Balls in your
it's
court.
Everything, sir.
We didn't miss anything.
Dishwashers, toilets,
Even the
sinks.
stream alerts got it.
But the shower
Everybody
heads are-
on
You know
stream,
what?
whether they're
You don't get
heathen or
water.
not, they
It's
got
ridiculous.
it.
So
But
with
your
this
pride is
executive
stopping
order,
you now,
we're
brother.
effectively going to be reversing
I know,
that
it's
set
terrible.
of regulations to ensure that Americans have choice in the consumer market. If
your
they want a
hate
low
of
flow
God
shower
caused
head,
you
they
to
can
miss
buy
the
one. If they
biggest
want a
move in the
real
world,
deal
ever.
shower head,
Nobody
they
wants
should
it.
have the ability to
Because of your anger. You missed it.
You buy a new house, you pay a lot
Now,
of
if you
money.
missed it
and
without
the
being angry,
developers,
that's fine.
You're not allowed to.
But if it was
do anything
avoidable,
more. They put restrictions on.
You know what I'm saying? To the point you're
going
going to write me an email. Your hatred made you miss
and,
that.
you take a shower or wash your hands, whatever you do, including
I know.
dishwashers where no water comes out. But
Bye.
you wash your hands and.
And then can
in
you
my
guys
case,
buy
I
a
like to take
membership?
nice shower
Because I asked you,
to take
and
care
I
of
want
my
to see if it
beautiful
still
hair.
works. But I think it
Stand
paid
in
off
the shower
today.
for 15 minutes till it gets wet. It comes out drip, drip, drip. It's ridiculous. And what you do is you end up washing your hands 5 times longer. So it's the same
It
water.
does work, so thank you, bro.
And we're going to open it up. So
And
that people
honestly,
can
bro, I
live,
love
and
it.
we're
We
gonna
have
hopefully
a- it's a
Congress
nice edge.
approve it so it's memorialized.
When it's all said
we're
and
gonna
done,
try
bro,
and get all of these things, including
given us a
straws,
gift
little thing
without
like
knowing
straws.
it,
We did
you know?
straws a month ago.
So I'm grateful.
Where the paper straws were melting, they were dissolving.
Wow,
they
it
weren't
worked!
working well, and we went back to the plastic straws. We're going to get Congress to memorialize
Plastic
just about
straws.
everything we've done
Darn.
because most of it's common sense. But the water is horrible. When you
go,
go into
baby.
anytime you see a new faucet,
So listen.
you know it's going to be a long.
We're going to do this because I wanted to do it last week. Assuming the market doesn't go crazy on Friday, you guys have given me so much. I want to give away a lot of money now too. Okay? That was my plan. That was my plan there, okay?
Restrictions on all the bathroom utilities. Even in areas that have so much water, they don't know what to do with it. You see those areas all the time with the flooding. So we're doing that.
Oh,
and
Mr.
we're gonna get
Pieros.
all of the things that you've seen, I think we set a record. We're up to almost 200.
Hold on. I got something for you, Mr. Fierros. Hold on, though.
Amendments.
It's your
Nobody's
birthday.
ever done
Happy
them, but
birthday,
we're gonna get
Esther!
them approved by Congress so they're memorialized. And we look forward to doing that. Very important. And Congress
Is
is
your
gonna start
name
working
actually
on it as soon as
Noble?
we get
What a
the,
fucking name, bro.
The big beautiful deal done.
Are you
the big
kidding me?
beautiful deal is important.
Noble?
The biggest tax cuts in the history of our country.
go.
That's important. Okay. Okay, is that okay? Good. It's a 10.
You're taking a good shower.
It's amazing.
We rate the signatures. That was a 10, that's why.
This is another executive order relating to deregulation, sir. There are a lot of regulations on the books that
Bro,
either promote
let's
monopoly
go.
directly,
Gustavo,
or
Leonardo,
prevent new
James
market
Kang.
entrants, from entering
Bernardo.
into a given market. The net effect of that is
let's
very
go.
negative for consumers. So what this executive order is going to do is direct your departments and agencies to work with the FTC, with the Attorney General, with the Department of Justice, to ensure that the regulations we have on the books don't function as anti-competitive barriers to new market entrants. The net effect of all of that is going to hopefully be market forces that redound to the benefit of consumers and ordinary Americans as opposed to monopolistic businesses.
I said yesterday he was a great, great student at Harvard before it went bad. It's gone really bad. Now they're teaching their students mathematics, basic mathematics. Can you believe it? So what does that mean? They're allowing people in that can't add 2 and 2? What's going on at Harvard?
I went to law school there, sir, and it was pretty liberal when I was there, but it's gone way off
Mr.
the deep end
Fierros,
in
email me.
I don't know if you read that. They're teaching them basic
mathematics. Unless you have an iCloud email. Is that your email?
If they don't have
I don't know why it's not showing me another one. I thought you had a different one.
And we're holding back $8 billion. Can we believe? $8 billion. And we're holding back Columbia. We're holding back a lot of the schools because they were
I don't know
woke.
why. Yeah, it's not showing me
And
that.
they've hurt a lot of people. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
There are a
Thank
large
you
number
guys,
of
bro.
regulations on the books. These are regulations that are currently in effect that we believe blatantly
You want to hear me
violate
rant
the law,
after this?
blatantly
I'll kick
violate
it for a
Supreme Court
second.
precedent.
Because
that
I'm very
otherwise are
grateful
just
for you
blatantly
guys.
illegal. So
Well,
what this
I got a
presidential
bigger
memorandum
idea,
does,
okay?
basically just
And I need y'all to
directs
be
the
with me
heads of
on
your
it.
departments and
But I need
agencies
y'all
to follow the law
to get it.
and to cease
We gotta
enforcing
run it, baby.
regulations that are blatantly illegal or unconstitutional.
It's a big deal.
I hate that pen.
It's really very important that we get these memorialized
in
Congress. Very important for the long haul, right?
Yes, sir. This is the last of our deregulatory EOs for the day. This is zero-based regulatory budgeting. The idea here is that over time, regulations accumulate on the books and in the Federal Register.
I know.
And
Why
people
is there a
aren't taking
fucking mic on the
close,
pen,
detailed
dude?
look at what's on the books and clearing them out as times change or as regulations become dated or ineffective. What this executive order is going to require is each of your departments and agencies to scrutinize on a continuing rolling basis all of the regulations they actually have on the books and sunset those that either no longer serve a purpose or the departments and agencies can't identify a specific reason for keeping them active.
Okay.
What up, Mr. Spencer? Dude, I'm cringing every time.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you've taken action against a number of law firms that have in one way or another been involved in the weaponization of government or actions of lawfare. One of those law firms is Sussman Godfrey, similar to what we've done previously with other law firms. This is an executive order that takes certain measures against Sussman Godfrey to ensure that they can't access government resources, government buildings, scrutinizing certain aspects of their practices as a law firm, given their previous activities.
And we signed with many law firms, the ones that we thought were inappropriate, and they've all agreed to pay $1 million. They went for some pretty big numbers. I guess we have a total. What do we have? What's the total about? What's the total right now, Steve? About, would you say?
Getting close to probably 600-700 million now, I would think. We've multiple at 100 million, some at 125
All right, Mr.
million.
San Diego,
So
I
the
got
numbers
your
are
email.
adding up. We're going to be close to $1 billion soon.
I got an email back for you.
$40 million. $40 million.
$40 million.
Millions of dollars an hour.
That's what we did today. Millions.
But
an
they
hour.
don't admit guilt.
It was
Remember that,
amazing.
they don't admit guilt. But then we have another 5 to go, I think, 5 of them.
We bought the
And this one is
membership
just,
from
we're
the
just
Czech
starting the process
Republic.
with this one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, let's go.
Because there were some very bad things that happened with these law firms.
This firm is very
Let's go.
involved in the election misconduct.
My email is tradingfraternity@gmail.com.
Weren't they all involved in the election misconduct? I think they were all involved.
Yes.
Anyway, so they went from $40 million to $125 million, and most of them are at about $100 million.
Say where you're from too. But yeah, I'll tell you the value, or at least forward it to the agent.
Thank you.
I'm back, baby. Well, let's go, man.
Thank you, sir.
I hope it remains.
The next presidential memorandum we have for you relates to Miles Taylor. You may recall that Miles Taylor served in the Department of Homeland Security during your previous administration. In his capacity with the Department of Homeland Security, he leaked classified information. He wrote a book under the pseudonym Anonymous, making outrageous claims both about your administration and about others in it. What this presidential memorandum is going to do, one, it's going to strip any active clearance that he has in light of his past activities involving classified information. It's also going to order the Department of Justice to investigate his activities to see what else might come up in that context, given his egregious behavior during your previous administration.
And I had no idea who this guy was. I had no idea. I saw him on CNN, or one of them, I guess CNN, a lot. He'd be on all the time saying that the president is the president. I had no idea. It's like, you know, in this office you have a lot of young people, and they're here. I'll see him for 2 minutes, and I assume he was in the office, but I barely remember him. It was somebody that went out and wrote a book and said all sorts of terrible things that were all lies, and it was like he was this gentleman or that gentleman, like I dealt with him all the time. I had no idea who this guy. I said, who the hell is Miles Taylor? And he made a living on going on CNN talking about the president. And I think what he did, he wrote a book, Anonymous, said all sorts of lies, bad things. And I think it's like a traitor. It's like spying. He walks into the office. He's supposed to be sitting here. A lot of people, I'll be here, and there'll be 20 people standing in the room. There'll be oftentimes young people in the office. I assume he was one of them at least. But I didn't know anything about him. And he wrote a book, Anonymous, and I always thought it was terrible. And now we have a chance to find out whether or not it was terrible. But it was a work of fiction. Got a lot of publicity, got himself a nice job with CNN, or one of them. And I think we have to do something about it. You can't have that happen. If that happens to other presidents, it wouldn't be sustainable for other presidents. They seem to be able to sustain. But if that happened to other presidents, I mean, it's just unfair. And if it was a Democrat president, I'd say that's a terrible thing. A thing like that can happen. That's a terrible thing. And it's time to find out whether or not somebody can do that. Can they write a book about very confidential meetings, and because they happen to be one of a lot of people in a room, and they go out and write a book, and worse than that, call it anonymous, like it's a big deal, and everybody's saying, who is it? Then it was found out
You're grateful,
who
man.
he was
I am
a
too,
long
bro.
time later.
And I'm grateful for it,
and
but
you got a lot of
today is
publicity
just
of that.
temporary.
He's like a promoter.
So,
but we're going to find out whether or not somebody's allowed to do that. I think it's a very important case, and I think he's guilty of treason, if you want to know the truth. But we'll find out. And I assume we're recommending this to the Department of Justice.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Terrible guy.
Similarly, sir, Christopher Krebs, the former head of CISA. This is a man who weaponized his position against free speech in the election context, in the context of COVID-19. This is it's a similar presidential memorandum to the one you just signed. It addresses his access to government, existing clearances he might have, and further instructs your Department of Justice, other aspects of your government, to investigate some of the malign acts that he participated in while he was still head of CISA.
This is another one. I don't know that I met him. I'm sure I met him, but I didn't know him. And he came out right after the election, which was a rigged election, a badly rigged election. We did phenomenally in that election. Look what happened to our country because of it. Open borders, millions of people coming into our country. Russia and Ukraine, that would have never happened. October 7th would have never happened. Afghanistan, the way they withdrew with 13 dead, but so many killed, actually. I mean, so many killed outside of the 13 soldiers, hundreds of people killed. and maybe, I don't know, never mentioned, but I mentioned it, 42 or 43 people so badly injured, the legs, the arms, blown off, the face. And this is all because of a incompetent group of people that preceded us, and that would have never happened. And this guy Krebs was saying, oh, the election was great, it was great. Well, it's been proven that it was not only not great. When you look at all these lawyers and law firms that are signing, giving us hundreds of millions of dollars, it was proven by so many different ways in so many different forms, from the legislatures not approving to,
don't worry, maybe.
to the 51 intelligence agents that worked from all of the different scamming operations.
Forget about it.
It was a very corrupt election.
It's been like this all 3 months, you guys.
And we're going to find out about this guy too, because this guy's a wise guy. He said, we proved this is the most secure election in the history of our country. No, this was a disaster. And frankly, we should go to paper ballots, same-day voting, voter ID, and one other thing, you should get a little certificate that says you're a citizen of our country. You get a citizen piece of paper that says you're a citizen before you can vote. But you want voter ID and you want paper ballots, and you really want same-day voting. If you don't have same-day voting, they decide to change the air conditioner. Oh, we're fixing the air conditioner. Let's move all these boxes. We'll bring them back in a few days, and then they don't bring back those boxes. We got to have safe elections. We have to have borders. Ideally, we have to have a free press, which we don't have. We don't have a free press. We have a very dishonest press. This is an honor. We're going to find out whether or not
China's still ripping.
He was right. This was a disgraceful election, and this guy sat back saying, well, I'm a member, or like he's a Republican or something, and almost right from the beginning, and he's tried to make the case that this election was a safe election. I think he said, this is the safest election we've ever had. And yet, every day you read in the papers about more and more fraud that's discovered. He's the fraud. He's a disgrace. So we'll find out whether or not it was a safe election. I think China is just
benefiting off the broader 12% equity move. But then, like...
And he's a bad guy. He's another
that's
one.
That's it. I mean, you guys don't feel the vibe, though? He just went from, like, what the fuck is wrong with Trump? This guy has no flexibility. And then all of a sudden, now the motherfucker is flexible. You get what I'm saying? So I do think that's why deep down, maybe the China plays... They're assuming that China is going to come to a deal just like the first time. But that's why I'm telling you, like, this whole vibe shift, it's very different. That's why I'm like, we have a lot of recalibrating to do now, because we had a lot of recalibrating to the downside. But now everything, 90% of what you were worried about just changed. So we'll find out.
To acknowledge the great steps you've made both in this administration and your previous administration on behalf of veterans, homeless veterans, others who have suffered in that way, and basically stating that it's a priority of your administration to ensure
let me
that,
go get ready.
Veterans
I'll be
and homeless
back.
veterans are cared for properly.
I got a rant for you.
And you know what? They had to find out who was using that auto pen, because whoever that person was, he or she was like the president of the United States. And I'm against auto pens. I think auto pens are not a good thing, especially when you're talking about documents like we're signing today. If he can't sign, then he can't be president. It's pretty simple. Let's see whether or not he could sign. But I think that should be tested. I really think that should be tested. It's another one. Mm-hmm. And you may think about it, because how can a man that did he really know that when they gave all false information on the council, I mean, the whole unselect committee of political lunatics, they destroyed all the information. You can't get any information. They went for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, screaming and ranting and raving. Democrats plus two worse than Democrats. You had Liz Cheney, and crying Adam Kinzinger. Crying Adam. Every time I looked at him, he was crying. The guy was a crier. But you can't do that. You just can't do that. So we're going to find out a lot. I think we're going to find out a lot. These last 3 or 4 have been very They've been very, very interesting. We'll see what happens.
Sir.
But I don't think a president should be allowed to use an auto pen when they're signing very, important legislation. I think a president should sign it, not use an auto pen. And we're going to find out whether or not he knew what the hell he was doing. I'm sure at this point he'll say, I signed it. They'll tell him what to say. But to give pardons to people that destroyed all the information. If you destroyed information on a civil case, just a civil case, not a criminal case, a civil case, they put you in jail for that. And they found out that Pelosi was the one that was in charge of the security of the Capitol. She knew all about it, and she admitted her guilt to her daughter, who was a movie documentary person. I'm sure her daughter's not too happy about that. I'm sure Crazy Nancy's not too happy. But we found out all the things, everything. And we go for the information. Sir, we've destroyed all of that information. If I haven't destroyed it, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I guarantee you that. I'd be sitting someplace else. So I think it's something that we should really look at, because that's so important. The whole concept of an auto pen, because whoever's, auto pens are run by somebody. Whoever ran the auto pen was president of the United States. And I would be willing to bet that Biden didn't know, probably didn't know anything about any of it. Very dangerous, very dangerous. So you're going to check that out, right?
Yes, sir. I'm working on it right now, sir.
This is just another proclamation, sir, declaring National Crime Victims' Rights Week. You've obviously made it a major priority of your administration to track down and at times deport criminals who have committed violence on our streets, who have victimized so many people. This is an annual proclamation that hopefully gets Americans to remember that when crimes occur, there are real victims, there are real people who are affected, and there are people who suffer as a result.
Okay, it's very important. Thank you.
That's important.
I just want to add, so we're working very hard with Democrats, the governor, with Matt Hall, with a lot of transportation, Sean, and all of the people trying to keep Selfridge Air Force Base open, strong, thriving, and I think we're going to be successful, Governor. I think we'll be very successful at that. We've gotten some good feedback from Pete Hegseth and Department of Defense, and they're talking about F-16s, they're talking about F-35s, et cetera. It's a great piece of property, it's a great location, and it's a great state. So I think we're going to come back with a very good answer. We're also working on a certain fish that's taken over a beautiful lake called Michigan, right? And that's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's very. Do you want to just talk about that?
Sure, Mr. President. Yeah. First of all, I want to thank you for caring so much about Michigan. We've been working a long time. We couldn't get Joe Biden to do anything about either one of these issues, particularly Selfridge Air Force Base.
I love how they got that FIFA trophy.
It'll be critical to Michigan's economy and our security when you're able to deliver us another mission there. But on the Asian carp, for years when Obama was there, we could never get anyone to do anything about this invasive species that's going to destroy our Great Lakes. You know how important recreational fishing and so much of that is to our state. Because of your work, we're hopeful that we'll get a solution there and we'll get that barrier built so we can protect our Great Lakes. So thank you, Mr. President.
And they're very powerful fish. I mean, I see them, they jump out of the water, they jump at the fishermen. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. And has this gotten into any of the other lakes yet? Because you would think it would be pretty easy because they're all sort of connected.
It's why we're working so hard to make sure that, we work with the Army Corps and erect a barrier so that the Asian carp can't get into Lake Michigan. It'll devastate the ecosystem, the economy, tourism, and it's 20% of the world's fresh water is in the Great Lakes, Mr. President, which is why it's so important that as a nation we protect the pristine waters. Yep.
And, all of a sudden, I assume the lakes are all interconnected, right? Yeah. So at some point they're going to be in the other lakes. And so we're going to work hard on that. I spoke with the Army Corps of Engineers, and they have a method. It's a pretty gruesome method, but it's a method. And I think they know what to do. So we're going to work on that very hard. And thank you, Governor, very much. Sort of a bipartisan thing when you get right down to it. Yep. It's a very expensive thing, actually. It costs a lot. I looked at the numbers. I said, well, but we have to save Lake Michigan because these fish, they eat everything in the way, including the other fish. They eat everything. Are people endangered by the fish?
I think I mean, they're going to eat all the fish there. We won't be able to fish anymore, and that's a big deal in Lake Michigan. There's a lot of fishing, recreation, so it's going to be a problem there. But you're right, it's bipartisan, sir, but you're the one taking action on these issues. We couldn't get Biden to do it on Selfridge. This thing has been delayed for, 15 years where we were trying to do it. It started under Obama where we were trying to do it. He wouldn't do anything about it. So we appreciate you paying so much attention to this and taking action,
Well,
sir.
I would. And the governor, in all fairness, called me about it. I had seen it, and she called me, and John James called me. And, we spoke with your office, and it's, I want to put that down. Really is bipartisan. It's great to see it, actually. It's great to see that.
I feel very
and that includes
cathartic.
Selfridge, too.
You know that because the market's over now.
We'll all
I feel
stand
high.
there together and cut a ribbon.
Not
okay?
like the sick high, but I'm just like, oh my
Thank
gosh.
you very much. It's,
like the bullets
I'm glad
stopped
you brought
flying.
it up, and I'm glad you brought it up,
like,
Matt. Appreciate it. And I
oh
know
my
you two get
goodness.
along pretty well, right?
What a day. What a day.
About 70% of the time, which is pretty good.
I think you do. All right, good. We'll have something to celebrate pretty soon. So pretty sure about that. Okay. Thank you, Gretchen, very much.
It's a long term.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Mr. President.
Where does the TikTok deal stand, given what we've seen, the tariffs
Well,
to
it's moving
China?
along, but obviously I would say right now China's not exactly thrilled about signing it. We have a deal with some very good people, some very rich companies that would do a great job with it, but we're going to have to wait to see what's going to happen with China. So,
Is the president still on the table?
no, it's on the table very much. I think China's going to want to do it, actually.
Mr. President, do you plan
I think they're going to want to do it.
believe is the end game with China? Are you waiting for President Xi to blink? How do you think this is all going to be resolved?
Look, for years we've been ripped off and taken advantage of by China and others, in all fairness, but by China, that's the big one. And it's just one of those things. You know, we're making $2 billion a day right now, this country. $2 billion a day with tariffs. And they were making $2 billion a day. We'll be making more. And now when you see what happened today, I don't know if it's still there. You know, I looked an hour ago, but we were up like close to 3,000 points. Nobody's ever seen a day like that. I think that's a record, isn't it, fellas?
Definitely.
Is that a record?
It's a big
Who would have thought we were going to have a record like that?
Fuck you, bro.
After watching, but because the geniuses of the world,
you know
they
what
get
you're
it.
doing.
Our country's very strong. We were left a very, very weakened country, both economically, financially, because of all of the tariffs and all of the other companies just raiding us and ripping us off. And also at the border, where
fucking genius,
21 million
bro.
people were allowed to
What a
come in.
fucking
Many of
what
those
an
people were criminals.
execution, man.
And
I can't believe it.
But the people that do this for a living, some of them are very smart, and some of them aren't smart at all.
No, bro, that was just too.
But these guys are very smart. And
Again,
my group is
I
very
mean,
smart.
do I have to pull
My
out the
group is
keys?
smart. And you've done so amazing on the border. I read the other day that there were 9 people and hundreds of thousands.
Look, we're gonna
2
go
years
hear
ago
the
with
keys from
Biden.
yesterday.
And we had 9. We had it down to 9, and they were
Here are
all
the keys from
let
yesterday.
in for
Opened
medical
at
reasons.
9:04.
They were in bad shape. We let them in for medical reasons, not even for anything else. So you've been amazing.
That's it.
But that's a big thing.
Be
I
on
think it's one
watch,
of the
baby.
greatest,
And this is
one
what
of
we
the
kept
greatest,
talking about at the beginning of the week with the fake
problems
rumor.
that- I've never seen anything like it.
That's how I'm
Open
like,
borders.
bro.
The whole world was emptied out. Prisons from all
Crazy,
over the
bro.
world, from the Congo.
What they just did was
in
just,
Africa, from
wow.
Africa to Asia.
I did. I
a
showed the
lot in
LT
South
even
America,
before,
but
too.
it wasn't just South America. Prisons emptied out.
I'm telling you, we need a
And
clip
I said
today.
it outside with the drivers before. But
Bro, I was in there, and today I was going over the bonds. I called out the 535. But then, like, dude, I was just telling you, I was like, dude, Trump. I was telling you how I like the guy, but he has a responsibility. All of it, bro. I can't believe it, but yeah, the long term was down. We went over it. Now it's back up. We're back up on the year again. But yeah, even last night's watch list, bro. There was a lot to this, but that was what you just witnessed, bro. Crazy. And again, the world still has to change a lot, man. So yeah, It's wicked, man. We'll talk. I'm waiting for this to end, but
why did you instruct or advise, or maybe they did it on their own, some of your top aides to say this is not a negotiation, to hold the line, that they were going to hold the line, that you were not going to change your mind?
A lot of times it's not a negotiation until it is, and that happens. And, you know, I said outside that you have to have flexibility to do it right, and that's what we have. We brought everybody to the table.
That's a very good sign now.
And it may not be a negotiation. It may not last.
Because now the next negotiation, you're going to factor in this flexibility.
Look,
but now you know Trump will be flexible, but not like immediately. Does that make sense? Think about it, because now you're not every other negotiation after here.
And he said no other president.
He's going to be very like, the market's going to kind of believe him, but then also be aware that he'll let you dump 20% before being flexible.
Hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs.
So now you know he has flexibility, but you can't really put a finger on how reactive he's going to be.
The stock market, that was the greatest ever in the history of our country. But it had to be done. It's something that had to be done.
Mr. President, thank you so much. Which countries will be negotiating first? Do you have any criteria? Because, for example, Brazil and the UK, they do not have deficits with the US. They have a surplus. They do not have a surplus. They have deficits with the US. So what is the criteria? And also, would you consider talking or meeting with Xi Jinping?
No, sure I would. He's a friend of mine. I like him.
What do you mean?
President Xi. I like him. I respect him.
Like a point where it goes too much?
No. They haven't treated our country right. Sure, I'd meet with him. On the other countries, we have Japan is here, and South Korea is here, and others are here, and we're trying to see them. It's from what I hear, it's much more than 75. I said 75 plus.
So many.
It's everybody wants to make a deal, actually, and. You know, we want to do what's right for our country. We also want to do what's right for the world. The world is important. I mean, you know, it's the world, right? And I think we're going to make a lot of people very happy. And I think investing in the United States of America will be the greatest investment that anybody's ever made.
Mr. President, we should expect to see the sectoral tariffs, so the pharmaceuticals, steel. Is that something you're still considering moving forward?
Yeah, well, I will be, because we want them
tomorrow
back.
is
we
CPI.
During COVID that we don't make our drugs and our pharmaceuticals in this country. So I realized that, and it was a big realization. We had to go to China to get drugs. We had to go to other places. I won't even mention the names, but we had to go to other places. We don't make it, and that's because we let them leave. And now if they want to come back, we're going to put tariffs on the pharmaceutical companies, and they're going to all want to come back. They're going to come back. I'm not going to pay them any money like Biden with the chip deal. That chip deal was horrible. They give billions and billions of dollars to chip companies. All they have is money. They have so much money. And they give billions of dollars, and they're just going to keep the money. They're not going to spend it. And the only thing that's going to bring them back is you say, we have a barrier. You have to pay 50% or 100% or 200%. And if they have to pay that, they're going to say, we're not going to pay that. We're going to build here. And that's what happened. We're the biggest, most prestigious chip company in the world, spending $200 to $300 billion. Think of that, $1 billion to build essentially one massive plant. It'll be one of the largest plants in the world. And we're going to get them very quickly. We're going to get them energy. We're going to get them the electricity they need and the energy that they need. And it'll be approved by Lee Zeldin, a total professional. And it'll be approved very quickly. And they'll get their zoning very quickly. They'll have everything done in a matter of months.
Thank you, sir. You've procured a record amount of private sector investments since your election, $7 trillion. You talked about the importance of all that. Can you talk about how these investments will have a positive impact on families who felt like the previous economy left them behind, and why your executive orders on coal yesterday is so important given the amount of manufacturing that you're ushering back in?
Good, thank you. And which is correct. We have, I would say, more than $7 trillion now, right, of investment coming in. Apple is coming in for $500 billion alone. We have other companies
everybody
coming
should
in
be
with
happy
massive,
except for
numbers.
China.
We have car companies that are
not happy,
coming in.
Should ask
we've
them
never
why
seen
they
anything
weren't
like
happy
it. Maybe in the
before and why
1940s or
they're not
50s or
happy
something,
now,
but we've never seen anything
and then
like
ask
it.
them if
They
they'll
had
ever be happy.
3 plants
But,
canceled in Mexico. Not that we want to hurt Mexico, but we're for us. And that's what my job is. It's not to take care of other countries, but I want to help other countries as much as I can, but we have to take care of America first, and it's about America first. So we have many, many companies coming in that would have never come in if we didn't win the election and then put the tariffs on. And they're coming in because when they build in the United States, there are no tariffs. You don't have to pay any tariffs. So instead of paying 30, 40, 50% or 25%, but it could go a lot higher in some of the industries. So we have steel mills right now that are raging. The steel industry was gone. If I didn't put the tariffs on steel, because China was dumping massive amounts of steel in my first term, and I put tariffs on it, I saved the steel industry. But now it's going to thrive. Maybe like never before.
Look, X just dropped $6.
If you go back to U.S. Steel from 90 years ago, it was incredible. It was the #1 company in the world for a long time. That's why we don't want to see it go to Japan. And we love Japan, but
not
U.S.
really.
Steel was
88.9, not bad, but
company. We
have a way bigger recalibration ahead.
Any other place. So
I can't, dude. This was a bomb, bro.
I don't know if they need.
This was a reverse bomb.
I'll be honest with you.
Boy, it blew me up, and I put myself back together.
Because if you look at it, they have such orders for steel now. It's incredible. What's going on in our country is incredible with respect to plants. So we lost 90,000 plants and factories from the beginning of NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made in the history of this world, but certainly in the history of trade. There's never been a worse trade deal. We were able to cancel that. We had to get approval from Congress. It was like a disastrous curse because you had to go to Congress to get it terminated. You couldn't just terminate it because it was a bad deal. And you had people in Congress that didn't want to do it because they had other reasons, maybe bad reasons. They're mostly not there anymore, those people. But it's amazing what's happened. I appreciate that question because it's incredible. I don't think we've ever seen anything like it. $7 trillion, and it's much more than that because, these are places that we know. $7 trillion is unheard of. I never looked at the Biden numbers, but you could go a whole year and it was peanuts. Everybody was leaving. They weren't coming in, they were leaving, and that means jobs are leaving. And so we're not playing games. We're going to make this country greater than ever before. Thank you for that question.
Mr. President, it seems that China's made some. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thanks. For the past few days, we've heard from this administration no pause. Was this idea of doing a pause, did that just come about this morning? Can you tell us exactly what came into consideration for you and your advisors?
For a period of time, I wouldn't say this morning. Over the last few days, I've been thinking about it. I've been dealing with Scott, with Howard, with some other people that are very professional. And I think it probably came together fairly early this morning. Just wrote it up. We didn't have the use of.
They had.
We didn't have access to lawyers
or bond
we wrote it up from our hearts, right?
I can't believe it.
It was written from the heart, and I think it was well written too. But
bro, this is terrifying. It was written. I'm being dead serious, bro. I think we were on the fucking edge.
The world and for us. And
I don't think everybody realized it, bro.
Don't need to be hurt, and they all want to negotiate. The only problem is, you can only do so many at one time. It's like. We want to do it right. We want to get it right. We want to take care of them, but we have to take care of our country. So, but this was something certainly we've been talking about for a period of time, and we decided to pull the trigger. And we did it today, and we're happy about it. I didn't know it would have that kind of an impact, but it's, I think they have the biggest increase in the history of the stock market. That's pretty good. You're almost.
I agree. There's still a lot of uncertainty. But I think there was a very specific bad event that we have just avoided.
Because the trade was sick. It was only a question of time. I don't blame the tariffs. I think the tariffs just sort of magnified what was happening. It was sick. Biden allowed these people to get away with murder. Biden allowed China to just take advantage of us. We had like $1 trillion deficit with China, $1 trillion deficit. So that was going to only be a matter of time. I think the tariffs brought it out faster, and they magnified the problem. But I think this was a problem that existed far beyond tariffs. This was a systemic problem, and we're going to cure that problem. And maybe to a large extent we have, because we've revealed it, and we've revealed it very strongly. Yes,
Madagascar.
Thank you, Mr. President. So it seems China's made some serious missteps here in these
still thinking
negotiations.
about that, bro?
And Secretary Besant said earlier
It's been
you may
like
have
7
goaded them
hours.
into a tough position here. I'm wondering, are you in a way putting together a coalition against China in terms of trade here?
No. Well, China, look, they're very capable. And I don't blame China for what happened. I blame the people sitting right at this desk, right behind this desk or another desk. You get your choice of 7. I happen to pick the Resolute. But I blame the people sitting behind in this chair, behind this desk, for being stupid, incompetent, or not having courage. This should have been done years ago. This should have been done before Obama, in all fairness. Not only Biden, Obama. It should have been done many years ago. This started with the World Trade Organization, which was owned by China. It was owned and paid for by China. They didn't even have to do things. They considered them a nation that was undeveloped. They said they were a developing nation. Well, we're a developing nation too, if you think about it. Look at our inner cities. Look at what's happened. I think we're starting from ground zero there, right? So we're a developing nation too. No, I don't. I know it's a lot of people take heat for saying that, but I blame the people sitting at this desk more than I blame China. If China can get away with what they got away with taking hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars right out of our pocket because our people here were stupid. They were stupid people.
Stupid people.
Maybe corrupt. I don't know. I don't know how you can be that stupid. How do you get to be president and you're stupid? But they certainly weren't courageous. And they allowed this to happen. And with Japan and with many other countries that took advantage of us. I mean, we had deficits with almost every country. I used to read these things. First term, I'd read them. I'd actually read the agreements. I'd say, how could anybody agree to this stuff? So certainly they were rough.
Yeah.
And they were tough and they were smart.
That's funny because
you can blame.
That's what I was telling you. We talked about it on Monday, and I said on the watch list, I was like, that fake rumor, that gave you a sample of what good news will look like. But you just said that, and my mind just got blown again. You know why? What's the biggest difference between today? Because that rumor, remember on Monday, the fake rumor? Again, we had an easy gain on Monday, too, from the straddles, right? Yeah, I brought that up, but no. I just realized something. Remember, I hit a play that day. We got all of our call plays. We made a bag, right? But I had another play that I made 1,500% on. Remember, I had TLT puts. That's your big difference. I won't tell you the punchline. I'll give you a second. Do you see the difference now? What happened today? So same rumor, same pause. This time it was real. Market goes up a couple 100 points. But what was the difference? Yeah. TLT went a different direction. That's why I'm saying we have to recalibrate, bro. Because when that rumor hit, that killed the bonds. And you've been dying ever since. But now today it tweaked out, but then the bonds ripped off of it. They did the exact opposite. So yeah, just get ready for that. But I think it's still going to take a little bit of time. But that's a huge difference because you're like, okay, maybe they did sample it, but that produced one different outcome from Monday, and that was bonds now this time got a bid, and then that was the first time you saw bonds go up with the market in a minute. But yeah, all right, is he still going, bro? I've got to go to the gym, man.
We did that to Venezuela just recently, and we'll do it to other countries if we have to.
What is the
I want to see Russia and Ukraine make a deal. They got to make a deal. When schools get blown up and bad things happen, like I'm hearing about, it's no good. I hope we're going to make a deal with Russia and Ukraine. But with Iran, if it requires military, we're going to have military. Israel will obviously be very much involved in that. He'll be the leader of that. But nobody leads us. We do what we want to do.
When would the talks? Before you might, when would the talks need to conclude before you might do military?
I can't really be specific, but when you start talks, you know if they're going along well or not. And I would say the conclusion would be when I think they're not going along well. So that's just a feeling.
Mr. President, on the subject of U.S. troops stationed in Europe, do you have any plans to reduce the number of U.S. troops in Europe or in other NATO countries?
Well, good. I mean, it depends. We pay for military over in Europe. We don't get reimbursed by much. South Korea too. So it will be one of the things we discuss. That's unrelated to trade, but I think we'll make it part of it because it makes sense. Be nice to wrap it all up in one package for each country. It's nice and clean, and we have plenty of law firms. These are great law firms that we signed with, the best. And I think part of the way I'll spend some of the money that we're getting from the law firms, in terms of their legal time, will be, if we can do it, I think we can do it, using these great law firms to represent us with regard to the many, many countries that we'll be dealing with. We'll have good lawyers representing us, but we want to have good lawyers, and these are the best, considered the best lawyers in the world, right? I mean, considered the best in the world. I don't know. They just went off a little bit.
Mr. President, 2 questions. On Iran, do you have an update on who will be participating or conducting these conversations? Will Witkoff be there on Saturday for these direct talks? And on China, some economists are saying that right now is technically embargo on China with 125% tariffs. Are you concerned of escalation beyond the trade war with China?
No, I'm not concerned. No. I think President Xi is a very smart guy, and I think we'll end up making a very good deal for both. But, we've been treated so badly for so many years. Again, we allowed that to happen. We've been treated so badly for so many years. But, no, I don't expect that. I think President Xi is one of the very smart people of the world, and I don't think he'd allow that to happen. And we're very powerful. This country is very powerful. Let me tell you, it's far more powerful than people understand. We have weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is, and it is the most powerful weapons in the world that we have. More powerful than anybody, not even close. So nobody's going to do that, but I think that if that's what you're referring to, maybe it's not. But just in terms of basic escalation, which is what you said, no, I think that President Xi is a man who knows exactly what has to be done. He's a very smart man. He loves his country. I know that for a fact. I know him very well.
Bro, SPY's at 548.
And I think he's going to want to get to a deal. I think
you've gone up another 3 points after the bell.
Point and it'll be off to the races. It'll be a great thing for them. It'll be a great thing for us. Bro. It's going to be a great thing for the world and for humanity.
This is crazy. I don't even know where the fuck we're at, to be honest.
Saudi Arabia?
My shit's been glitching all day.
We'll have to see. I mean, we have to get there.
I don't know,
right
man.
Now, we got to get there. In the meantime,
I got no idea.
They're losing
545 right at the level.
Young people every single week. Think of that. 2,500 people a week. It's not even conceivable. We got to get there fast.
A
couple of more. Yes.
Do you have to increase tariffs on China even more before they come to the table or give you a phone call?
I can't imagine it. No, I can't imagine. I don't think I'll have to do it. I don't think we'll have to do it more.
You just said I won't have to raise more on China.
By the way, when you hear 100, a lot of people charge much more than that.
That's a good one right there.
Charges much more than that to our farmers. Our
Bro, this was a crazy. You'll never see a day like this ever again in your life.
Much more than,
or at least for another decade.
125 in this case. But I don't, it's still a significant number.
Like
I don't
that bond move 2 days ago, you've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, Mr. President. So do you
that's
think
oddly
some of your
bullish
tariff
too.
critics
I know.
would
You just said
prefer,
I don't see myself raising more on China.
The United States go through turmoil than to actually see it succeed just because they are your policies?
You mean just leave the tariffs the way they are now and just relax, right? Some people have said that. Look, again, we're making. It'll be soon much more than $2 billion a day. That's not the worst thing that I've ever heard. So, some people say that. But, we look at the other side, too. I think as the United States, we have an obligation to look also at the other side. We want what's good for everyone. I mean, it's America first, but we also want to make sure there's a world that can live and live happily and all of that. And so this is the way I look. No, but there are people that say, look,
tariffs on three. Now. 1, 2, 3.
I've been in worse positions in my life than making $2 billion a day
soon?
Plus. Right?
Okay, my bad.
Plus. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tariffs on 3.
Cut it out. Or the markets are what really changed your mind when it came to
the markets right now are extremely good. Thank you.
Thank you, press. Thank you.
Fucking idiots. They're idiots because I don't think anybody. I think that's the problem. I think I talk about too serious of shit. It would panic too many people because they can't tell you that the fucking world was about to collapse off of the fucking bond market. I don't think they could tell. I can't. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, were you looking at the market? He was not, dude. They dropped that news 5 minutes after that fucking bond auction, bro. 10 minutes. Crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, China's going up. I don't know if you heard him after the bell right there. He literally just said, I don't see myself raising tariffs anymore on China. So this might be the max today. So, bro, you like low. Yeah, that's hitting the wire right now. I can't imagine a further increase of tariffs on China. But, nah, bro, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Because he did, call it whatever you want, something pivoted today. You see what I'm saying? They pivoted on the pressure. Only China has the pressure. Now he just told you the max. So now the max on China, can it change? Yeah, but just follow with me, without assuming and being too certain. You get what I'm saying? Just hold this loose idea for now. It may change, but generally you have a glass ceiling that was put in place. I call it glass because this is a man who will break it in a second. Who gives a fuck, right? But do you get what I'm saying right now? You now know. I don't think it was the market. I think it was the bonds, and I don't think people can talk. Again, that was terrifying, bro. You have no idea. I really, and thankfully you don't, because you would have been more panicked probably. But at the end of the day, I do think that he responded to that. But now you kind of know his pressure point, and then now he also just set kind of a ceiling that obviously can change, but you now know this might be the first round of maximum betting on China. So, yeah, K-Web, all the China plays are – you might even be able to throw a play in right now real quick. But, yeah. So, damn, bro. Damn. So, Chad, I love you, bro. And thank you, man. I did want to rant at y'all, but I did want to tell you thank you. And, I know a lot of you thanked me today, and I think I made some of you guys some money. And all around, it's been fun and informational. I mean, I've been enjoying it. I've been learning, too. But for real, man, thank you guys. And thank you for your time. Thank you for all the donations, all the fucking memberships. You don't have to, man. And I know I've kind of added pressure to you, but was it worth it? Like, remember I was telling you this the other day, and I know, I'm very well aware of my behavior. I hope you guys are aware of that. And I pray for y'all still, bro. And that's why I said, just leave it between me and God. But at the end of the day, do you see what I was talking about, though? Do I look a little less crazy where I'm like, come on, guys, come on. Again, I was banning y'all for buying more than what I was spending. So before you kind of paint me as whatever you think you want me to be or whoever to blame, just remember that, though. But that's what I'm saying. I'm very thankful for y'all. I don't think you guys get it. Some of y'all, and you may be here not even realizing it, but some of you are very encouraging. Because like I said, bro, y'all who did pay for a membership, those of y'all who have been riding and choosing to listen, not choose to magnify mistakes and ignore the good stuff and only listen to try to prove things wrong. But nah, y'all bet on me, bro. And y'all actually made an investment, and you took me seriously and I took you seriously. And that's what I'm talking about, because that's all I wanted. I don't know if y'all realize that. Because, again, bro, it's not dude, I wanted everybody to have this stuff. And, and a lot of you unfairly ignored the other 4 years, but I think you know where my heart's at, bro. I want everybody to get this in a long term, but motherfuckers, dude, for real. Right when motherfuckers disagree nowadays, we have not found a way to connect. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm trying to, for real, hit y'all with the reality, not what you think I think is my bias or whatever, you know? But it's just like, come on. But at the end of the day, bro, I do want to thank you guys because you took it seriously. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I don't think you realize how encouraging it is. And that's what I'm saying, like, bro, to communicate, to put stuff out there, to see it bounce back, to see, again, a real critical analysis rather than just dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, for real, like, you guys get to see it. You could call me a legend because you locked in. You just witnessed what the fuck I just did with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, if I didn't have people, the people who leave and come back and then aren't listening and listen to the news, they don't understand what the fuck we just did every fucking day. Like, that's why I'm like, bro, like, I can't. So some of y'all, I don't think you realize how encouraging it is, though. So I appreciate you, man. And I'm really, really, I'm really grateful for this opportunity. But the fact of the matter is, man, harvest is plenty. The workers are few, and I want to keep going. So like I said, bro, y'all lock in. Let's take it seriously. I think you'll have a good time. But otherwise, like I said from a while, like, just you better figure out what you want to do, because anything that isn't one or the other, you're just going to waste opportunity and time. And even if you don't like me, even if you send me death threats and all of that, like, for real, you're gonna make more money either listening to me or just like moving on and getting another hobby. So I just hope y'all figure it out. But again, those of you who watch the watch list, who lock in no matter what the market is doing, and I don't have to, you know, a lot of the negative rants don't apply to you. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. And thank you for being here, because that's what we need, bro. That's where I'm saying it's not just me. And I think some of y'all, bro, I'm glad you stepped up. Like I said, I just need, give me like 100 people, bro. We don't need 1,000. We don't need 10,000. I don't give a fuck. You give me 100 people that are like actually like with the shit. You know what I'm saying? And not swayed and have different ideas, but don't have to always swing. You know what I'm saying? All of it, bro. So we did some great things, bro, and I think we could do a lot more, and let's keep going, bro. But thank you, my friends, and I am just as grateful. And now, tonight, we will have a watch list, I hope, but tonight, when you go to bed, I want you to imagine in a non-Diddy way, you're going to have Will Smith there with you, okay? And he going to just say, here, stare into the pen. And then it's going to go, and then I need you to forget everything that happened today. Okay? That's it. Try to come into tomorrow. If you got plays, that's fine. I got some too. Everything's running now on those China comments. See, I'm glad I held those. I sold it in the money, but I got that other one. But, I guess I am still in the money. Shit. But at the end of the day, be fresh. If you missed it, you didn't miss anything. That's why I'm saying, like, be careful, too. If you the type, you just like, okay, I'm going to lock in now after it gets crazy, be careful. That's how a lot of people met me, and then they fell off for a couple years, and now I'm seeing them again all of a sudden. No problem with that, but I'm just telling you, that's a dangerous strategy. You're better locking in and going gradually and staying on that, because try not to bring emotions into tomorrow. But I told you guys at the beginning of the year, there is going to be thousands of these opportunities. So you didn't really miss anything, okay? And if you hit it today, that's why you don't need to force it, and you don't need to, like, that's why, you know, I get thoughts, I sell them. I sold my bank. I'm not going to have a problem selling early. You know why? Because we're going to get another one tomorrow or next week anyways. Has that not been what has exactly happened? So I hope you guys realize that, and that's why I'm saying no matter what, get whatever you got out of today, learn from it. Obviously, we're going to bring some of it into tomorrow and the rest of the week, but come on. There's a lot of opportunities, and like I said, even like hyper-focusing on one and playing this game of just like, what about this? I got to, just be careful with that. Like I'm saying, we could keep moving, and let's just get ready for the next one. And get ready for the next one, and pay yourself, too. Make sure, above all else. So, that being said, I'm going to go bust out this leg day now. Yeah, I hope you do too. Let's go. Get a walk in there. But God is good, baby. You're good. You read the books. Richest Man, Proverbs, New Living, Strangest Secret in the World. Don't forget why we're here, man. You're here for a big, big reason. And no matter what, man, there's a lot of things, faith, hope, and love, and you already know that. But another one today, bro, and I think no matter what, just walk away with something that can never be taken from you. And your mind and God alone is all you need, okay? And those two things are more powerful than ever. And I don't know what you believe about God, and that's fine. But at the very least, don't underestimate your brain and why you need to learn and why you need to form your own opinions. But with that little brain you got, bro, you're special. All of you. I don't care. I am a racist, if you don't know that. I am a full-blown racist. I know, I just said that. Because I am a full-blown human advocate. If you don't understand, I believe the human race is superior. Like, ultimately superior. I believe we are next to gods. I don't know if you understand. I'm a psycho, I know. But I genuinely believe that human mind you possess is one of the most ultimate weapons as well as tools and resources that has ever been on this little revolving ball that we are on right now. Okay? So that's why I'm saying, I think God will find you. Don't worry about that. But just do good and don't be a little piece of shit. And see, I say shit and God still found me. Would you look at that? But at the end of the day, that brain of yours, my brother, nurture it and take care of it, okay? And when it's all said and done, you got to walk away with something that will be invisible. It'll be invisible because it will never be able to be killed. It could not be taken. It cannot be rescinded. It cannot be devalued. You go find it. It's your knowledge. It's all up here, baby. And it's all for one reason and one reason only. And that's why we're here and why we keep going, baby. And God willing, bro, we'll know. We'll know when, baby. Why, baby? Why? Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. Bruh. I love you, Chad. Have a good one. I'll see you tonight on the watch list. I will tell you this. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot just changed. I'm telling you, we'll see how this plays, and no matter what, don't get too excited. Excuse me. I've been telling you. You never know, but I'm being dead serious. If March 2020 is out of the picture now, unless something bad happens again, but it was all the bond market right here, man. I'm telling you guys, I really think we were on the brink of like a America deflation collapse. I think we avoided it just because it would have been caused by sentiment, and I can't believe it, bro. I'm being dead serious. So now that the way this just played out today, I think it bought us some time. At the very least, I'm not as worried about it as I was to start the day or even before that. But it is, we're not out of the clear just yet. But you avoided a very big potential problem. And so that's a good thing. But that was the thing I was really, really worried about. And now that may have just had a dramatic change, we'll find out. But now that we'll see how everybody is, but you're not going to have the same peak fear. I think we are now moving past peak fear. I think that was it. And until something worse happens, or unless the bond market breaks, but with that changing, like I said, it might just buy you a little bit of time. Oh, I told you, it'll change quick, man. It was wicked. That's why I'm saying the way it played out, I'm really now, I was still uncertain because I don't think certainty helps you right now. But the way, dude, they dropped all of this 20 minutes, technically. So 17 minutes after the bond results, that's when all of this happened. I think they had it ready to go because that news is way too good. It was way too big. And I think Donald Trump didn't care about the market because 500, that's 12 points higher than where you were at before. You see what I'm saying? But I think that they wanted that ready because that would have been, yeah, now you know the trigger, 100%. And now everybody thinks it's the market. You see what I'm saying? So watch, because next time we revisit this, whether it's next week or next year, who knows? Next time we come down to 500, people are going to think it's the Trump put. But realistically, I think, is that pre-market? I think 85.59, even lower. I think 85, just like last time, just like the beginning of the year. It's the bond put. It's the bond put, for sure. Without a doubt, honestly. I think, no, we should have doubt because we'll be worse than them if we don't have doubt. But at the end of the day, I really that is the answer. And I think we were really on the cusp of something. And now that we walked it back, I don't know what would have spurred. The only thing I saw was bonds. And to spur that type of dramatic change while raising China, I mean, I think that was, oh no, it was still a black swan. I think it was a black swan just to the upside. So not a white swan. White swans are common. That was anything but common. So yeah, man. Either way, go get a workout in. You guys have a good one. I'll see you in the morning. And peace. Yeah, fuck that. I could have done that. Fuck you. I could have done that. I was fucking. It's not even fuck you. He's still fucking. You thought that was cool? That's not even fucking. Shit, cause inflation. Fuck you. I could have brought it for you at 12%. I could have fucking. Fuck you. No, fuck you for this rest. I don't think you could, Joe. I don't think you could. Is that the best day ever? Wow. Who would have thought I did that? Wow, the best day ever in history. I don't think Joe has that. Yeah. Well, you gotta be flexible. Gotta be flexible. Have a good one. Tariff. Guatemala. China. So is it deflation or inflation now? So are you worried about a recession now? So wait, you mean to tell me the price of the S&P 500 determines your economic outlook and not the economy? Explain that to me. So yesterday, it's a recession. And now today, okay, now let me ask you this. I'm not a doctor. I don't do medicine. But can I cut off an arm and put my arm back on? Is that possible? Can I go to the doctor and tell him take my arm off? And then can I go back the next day and tell him to put it back on? Can you explain that to me, please? Exactly. I reclaim my time. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.